Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. Right microphone, that's a good start, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Welcome back! It's Wednesday, it's morning, it's Noblegarden, that one started. It's patch 11 point whatever, that started too. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Kinley, thank you for the 19-month resub. Hi, Hazel, hope you had a good long weekend and Easter brunch. Thank you very much. Yeah, I hope everybody had a happy Easter. I was originally going to stream on Easter, and then I found out at the last minute that there was a house that I needed to see. And it turns out that in this market, if you want to see something, you kind of need to go, like, now. Like, whenever you saw it, you're already too late. So we ended up going first thing in the morning and then trying to squeeze into Easter stuff after that. Alt leveling time. Yeah, it is alt leveling time. I have some ideas, too, for what I might like to do alt-wise. This is just muscle memory, don't mind me. I'm just gonna do this while I talk about what I actually want to do today. Because, you know, this character's already over here. So, let's see, there are... Oh, well, I am lost. I haven't done this in a long time. I didn't even know you could drop down here. There's a new holiday, or a refreshed holiday. Anyway, Noblegarden's back up, and I believe... I was just starting to take a look at the Wowhead guide for it. I believe that they have added some transmogs to it since last year. So I am hoping that that is... Oh, I don't even have all the things on. I had disabled a lot of add-ons. But I updated them, so they should be fine. We can get the essentials back on. Surprised they did that on a holiday weekend? Yeah, and you know what? There was like 7 or 8 people aside from me that also saw it. Like, it's crazy out there. On Easter. On Easter. I couldn't believe it. At least the traffic wasn't bad for getting there. That was one thing, because I'm every time I go see a house, it's kind of a driving situation. Got the flying carpet mount. First attempt, taking that as my yearly luck. Very nice. Warband buff plus the patch buff, and it's time walking. Wild. Yeah, if you've got any 70s that you were thinking about getting to 80, or any ones that you were thinking about creating and then getting to 80, now would probably be a good time. Let's see, I was gonna get the, this. Zone drop, combos drops. There are 2 pieces of transmog left in this dungeon. We don't worry about these because that's just crafted stuff, but, and then like Scourgestone stuff. But there are 2 pieces of loot left in the dungeon off of the last bosses out of a total 27, so it's a pretty big drop pool. I wasn't really expecting to get this close, but now that I'm this close, I feel like I will at some point live in this dungeon until I die trying to get the last 2 of them. Lignaros, thank you for the 13-month resub. Appreciate it. I'm making Udrid and Hunter this week. Nice. I'm making a mage. It's time for my mage era, I have decided. I don't know what race of mage. My current level 70 mage is a Pandaren, and that's not going to work for me. So I'm going to pick... I don't know what else. I don't know if I'm doing it today or not. Today I kind of wanted to do Noblegarden stuff. But I am going to pick something else, and I'm going to level a mage to play a little tiny bit of this season. Because I've been enjoying doing the different alts. You know, we did some Ret Paladin, we did some Affliction Warlock. I opened their vaults this week. They got... I think they both took... My Warlock took a Hero Track tier slot, but not tier piece, so it'll be catalyzable whenever another charge rolls around. And then my Paladin took a Hero Track tier slot chest, which was tier. So that was kind of nice. He had a veteran chest on before. I am interested in the new Noblegarden cosmetics, and that's why I want to do it. I want to take a look at the list. I don't fully know all that they added, but I know there's new stuff, so I want it just by default. So I think there's going to be egg hunting today. That's why I logged on to my druid. One of my druids, is because that's generally my egg hunting character, because you can just kind of like cat form by default. You know what? Who I should do actually is my speed druid. Sindori mage? I don't know. I have so little desire to go collect chocolate for Noblegarden. Yeah. It's better than it used to be, but it's definitely a grind still. I'm planning to get settled in with some coffee and resignation. I don't know how many chocolates we're going to need to get all the new stuff. I'm wondering, often with the Noblegarden stuff, they do a thing where you can buy the items with chocolates, but they also have a chance to draw from the eggs, so you might get some of the things that you needed sort of along the way. We're looking for Deathbone and Skeleton Knight's Buckler here. So maybe that's the case for these as well, or maybe they're vendor only. Hard to say. But we'll see. We'll see how many we need. 5 new mogs for 100 each and they don't drop. Oh, well that's no fun. I request a change. There's the ancient bone bow. And I think that was it for chances for this particular one. We can Dreamwalker right out of there. 4 weapons, not sure if they're new. 5 new mogs. Okay, so if it's all in the vendor, then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on Barnacles, because he's the fastest of them all. And I might do Skull-Amonts one more time, because it's like right in front of me. So obsessed with the floral weapons, especially the polearm. I like these colors even more than the trading post ones. I'm pretty excited if it's... Oh, okay, yeah. All right, I have it pulled up in Webhead. Let's take a look. These things. These guys. I'm excited because I did not buy this on the trading post last time because it was expensive. It was... I don't think I bought it anyway. Maybe I did. It was going to be a lot of tender, and I was being cheap. So I don't think I got it, although maybe I did. But if we've got recolors from the event instead, that's much better. Cute. What is this? This is a one-handed axe. Yeah. This is the polearm, I believe. Floral stock. That's got Anthus written all over it. And there's also a dagger. Aw, alright. I'm on board. I'm game. Okay, Barnacles, your turn. He can do 1 Skull-Amonts run for good luck though. Got the staff and the bow from the trading post last time, and I was sad I couldn't get it all. Yeah, nice one. I mean, I know it's annoying if you spent a ton of tender to get all of it on the trading post to have recolors released. I know that people have been burned by that before. It favors me because I am cheap as heck, so I end up not having spent the tender in the first place. Oh, Red Draenei Mage would be cool? Maybe. I don't know exactly what. I think human is one of the things that I'm considering. I'll have to look. I'll have to really skim the character creation screen. I'm not going to base my choice on racials. I'm going to base my choice on who's speaking to me. What are the vibes? Besides, I would really love to be using... I know I have more that I guess I could just set up and use. I have extra hunters. But I'd love to be using 5 level 80s. Just so that I could do 5 chet lists a week and feel like I'm doing them in nice little orderly increments. I don't know. It seems neater to me. And I have some female Kultiran, just don't know which class. I had some thoughts also about making a shaman. And if I was to do that, Kultiran is definitely on my list for shaman. But mage first. Mage first, then maybe a resto shaman? ? I know I was kind of thinking about trying out a different healing class. I need to kind of take a look at the different options for other healing classes to try out. I'm just afraid that I'm going to like it better than Holy Priest, and then I'm going to feel guilty. Especially because I've been trying to do 12s. We have been doing like 1 session a week where we do a warm up 11 and then try like 2 12 keys and then maybe a warm down key. And so far I have 2 12s timed, Motherlode and Cinderbrew, and everything else has not been timed, like remotely. We've tried a couple of 13s, which also have not, like some of them have come close, but they just have not been in time. And I'm doing the thing that I always do when I encounter any difficulty, which is to blame myself and myself only. So I feel like maybe it's my fault. So I kind of want to see if there's anything else I can try or do to be a more effective presence. I just don't want the answer to be another class. I don't think it is. I think I just need practice. Also, I think maybe I'm not 100% of the problem, and maybe I'm just like 94%. Kettle of Mess, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. I say that and I really mean it. I've been trying to buy a house recently, and it's involved a lot of looking at numbers and a lot of looking at money, and it's definitely every little bit helps. So thank you. Just play disc. Yeah. Main mage, female goblin. There's always disc priest. I don't know. Rumors, hearsay. I won't have it. Speaking of house hunting, I almost was gonna go again this morning, which I wasn't super thrilled about because I haven't streamed since like Saturday. But it almost came up. But I'm gonna go tomorrow morning instead. So I am gonna stream tomorrow. I've decided I can't keep skipping streams. Like I can, but like I can't. I don't want to. So I'm gonna stream tomorrow, but I'm gonna stream later in the day and not in my normal time slot because I don't know what time I'm gonna get home. We're probably gonna go look at the place, poke around the area, find lunch or something. It'll probably be Pacific afternoon to early evening, if I had to guess. Sanguinet, thank you for the 23-month resub. But yeah, off hour, weird hour stream tomorrow because I've got another house to go see. I just moved into a brand new house on the 1st, so happy with it. Congratulations. Is this after dark? I don't think so. It would be like after lunch. Hazel after lunch. Vaguely sleepy, depending on what we had for lunch. Aussie friendly. Find some nice candy or chocolate. All this running around, you must relish the moments you can be home. My pets have been considering organized labor action. They're going on strike. Moose has got an industrial grade guilt trip that he does where he'll know that I'm leaving. Also, I'm going to Stormwind. And he knows because I've put on my going out pants. Normally I live in joggers or sweatpants 24/7. But if I'm going out to actually like, meet with a realtor or something, I will put on real pants or jeans, basically. I have like these jeans that are stretchy enough that I'm not uncomfortable driving in them for hours. But they still look vaguely presentable. So I'll put those on and he knows that I only ever wear those pants when I'm going out without him. So what he'll do, he won't beg, he won't yell, he won't throw a fit. He'll go get on the couch and lay down and put his chin on his paws and refuse to look at me. You can talk to him, you can try to greet him, you can pet him, and he will not look at me if he knows that I'm leaving. And it's devastating. It's so brutal. It's worse than the puppy dog eyes. It hasn't worked yet because I keep going out. But it's rough. They made Noblegarden egg stack to 18? That is weird. Been away from WoW for a while. Just been able to get back to playing. Did not know you had a boyfriend. I have a fiance. I'm gonna have a husband in like 2 weeks or so. 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Soon. That's another reason why I can't keep skipping streams is I'm gonna have to take some time off for my wedding. I'm going to Stormwind. That's the one. Yeah, it's really soon. It's really soon. I think I'm ready. People keep asking me if I need help with anything, and I'm like, should I need help with anything? I'm pretty sure it's all ready to go. I think so. It's kind of a show up and get married affair. I'm gonna check out the vendors. That's right. Yes, thank you. So I'm going to be missing a little under, maybe exactly a week of streams because there's going to be family in town that we're going to be doing things with for a few days. And then we're going on a honeymoon for a couple of days. So I'm going to be gone probably, this is probably my last stream is May 8th. And then I'm probably going to be back on the 17th. I'll probably come back for that weekend, I think. I could maybe stream the 9th depending. Anyway, that's around this week I'm going to be gone anyway. I'll post about it on the Discord. I hate missing so many streams, especially because this is kind of my only job right now. And I'm about to spend an ungodly amount of money. But just a lot of stuff happening all at once. Okay. Hello.
What's on your mind?
You have a basket for me? Oh, okay. I want to look at your goods. Also, I want to turn on... Can I Mog it? And all the things. Yeah. Enjoy your wedding. Have a wonderful time. Thank you. Next year, January 17th, we'll be able to say I've been married for 30 years. Congratulations in advance. Just being friendly. Okay. He's going to end up in a Noblegarden mug, and it's going to be great. So, yeah, 5 things that we need. It looks like the rest of it I already have. I'm pretty sure I scoured this last year. So we're going to need 500 eggs. No two ways about it. That's the deal. We're going to need 500 eggs. Here, I'll pick up this quest because I don't really see why not. I typically farm them here. They seem better than they used to be. And interact key helps a lot because it means that you don't have to fuss around with, you don't have to fuss with, whatchamacallit, I don't know, clicking them. You just have to get kind of close and then tap your interact key. I also used to have, I wonder if I could find it, a Noblegarden macro. I wonder if I deleted it. I tend to delete these kinds of things eventually. Egg. Well, that'll do. It's not perfect, but that'll do. / use brightly colored egg. There we go. And that's going to be an egg opening macro, so I can just hit that button to get the chocolate pieces anyway. You all just turned 48 years here. Happy birthday. Do you need the duck toy color? Oh yeah, I suppose so. I will be honest with you. I don't know about you guys, but I have not used the duck toy one singular time since last year. Not once. I completely forgot it existed, and it affected my life by approximately 0%. So my motivation to get the duck colors or be concerned about the fact that I can only get one is pretty much non-existent. I completely forgot I could be a duck in the first place. Maybe everybody else has been ducking it up this whole time, but I have not been. I forgot it existed at all. Yeah, it's like a weird thing for them to do, to set it up so that you can only get one per year. It's a bizarre choice, but like it's a bizarre choice that doesn't matter, at least for me. So honestly, I forget how to get it. I don't remember how to get the duck toy color, but we can look at that. I'm sure I picked a good color last time. I think it was either natural duck or pink duck, so whichever one I didn't get last time, I'll get this time. Like most toys in WoW. A lot of toys, I do use toys, but I tend to use the same batch of like 5 toys over and over again, and they're usually, I guess I don't know if you can be in combat as the duck. They're usually like hour-long transformation buffs that I can use just to kind of like change my appearance while I'm raiding or something or doing keys. Just for when I want like a different look. I like Atomic Recalibrator a lot because it lets you still have your same transmog, just on like a different race combination. A couple of quests from that quest giver gave it. Okay. Alright, so there's 17 of 500 Noblegarden chocolates. Of these new cosmetics, I think I am most excited about the staff. I think the staff is the prettiest one. I actually want to know, do I even have the other one? I want to see staves. I don't remember what it was. I do have the other one. I bought the Sunny Floral staff. Oh. Why have I not been using it this whole time? That's tragic. Let's make Barnacles a Noblegarden mog, shall we? New Noblegarden Barnacles. We got to get in the spirit of this thing. So he can have any variety of bunny ears. I think the white ones are actually very cute. He probably has some form of Noblegarden robe? Spring? Yeah. So I could put him in a spring suit, or I could put him in a spring dress. That's always an option. I always wear the dress, and I do enjoy it. I think I might put him in this outfit this time. Yeah, there's a belt that goes with it. There's boots that go with it. And then he, of course, needs to use the Sunny Floral thing. And then I feel like, yeah, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. That kind of matches with the ears a little bit. We also have wings in some other colors that would maybe match the staff more, but I like those pearlescent ones. Yeah, you know. Oh yeah, he's not even going to show the staff because he's using the wings. That's right. Let me see. Is that the move? /dance. /dance. Marmo, thank you very much for the 71-month resub. Random question, was The Sims a part of your childhood? I'm getting the itch for it again. It actually wasn't. I somehow missed that wave that I feel like hit a lot of people my age and demographic. It completely missed me, and I still to this day have never played it. I own one of them in my Steam library, but I've never booted it up. Kessikins, with a 26-month resub, what are we doing today? Egg farming, or at least 100 eggs worth of egg farming. I think that if I don't have it in me to grind out 500 in one day, which is entirely possible, my backup plan would be to grind out 100 per day for 5 days running, because this event lasts for, what, a week? 2 weeks? Actually can't tell. At least 5 days. Minimum 5 days should be fine. So we could split it up that way if we didn't want to go absolutely bananas. I want the other thing. There was the holiday boss. I forget what the boss was for. I know it dropped a mount. I'm pretty sure I got that mount. I think that happened with no problem. I thought that Fairy's Duck was a player for a second. Didn't take me long at all, maybe 10 minutes. Maybe we'll do a couple of them then. I'm already on 23. Yeah, I'm on 23 and I've been like chatting too. Are you gonna take my chocolates? You're gonna take 10 chocolates? No, you can't have them. You can't have them. You can have the shell pieces. That's fine. I'm not going to turn in that other one. Those are my 10 chocolates. I worked hard for them. I need them to buy things. I have the best time in Razor Hill farming eggs. 500 on my, a little over an hour to get 500 eggs. 500 Falcon Wing Square. This seems not too bad out here too. I feel like sharding, and then also the other thing is they've made them less anti-competitive, I think. Like, they're not as thievable as they used to be. I remember when the only way to really get anywhere with this was by whatchamacallem, camping. You had to camp an egg and be ready to spam click on it when it spawned, and you basically just had to wait for respawns because it was so competitive they would just get snapped up otherwise. But doing laps here, it seems like it's pretty good. Yeah, they despawn slower. They let more people loot them now, which is a amazing change. It's not a recent change. They did that a while ago, but I appreciate it anyway. There's one over here. People still do that in day one. Multi-lootable. 200 eggs. 200 eggs for which quest? That's a lot of eggs. Where's the quest to get the duck toy? Gotta be someone around here. What do you want? Scare off 10 ducks using the Horn of Honking. This sounds, this seems like it would be relevant. Do I have a horn? I do have a horn. What if I could just get in my undermine car and just use that horn? That would work. More folks doing the new event. There has been a patch since the last time I streamed, and I did play yesterday off stream a little bit, but I did not do any of the new scenario. I don't really know anything about it yet. I do think there are cosmetics for me to earn, so I'm probably going to be interested in it eventually. The main thing that I did yesterday was I went and did all of my Undermine rep weeklies and the whole batch of world quests up, and I luxuriated in the extra reputation that we get. I appreciated that very much. Okay, let's go have a look at this. I'm going to just do this quest line maybe. Not to brag, but I just got the coolest transmog ever from Delves. A two-handed mace called Machine Gob's Iron Grin. Oh, let me see if I can find it. Two-handed mace. Gob. That is pretty cool. I like that a lot. That would be a good warrior weapon. Goblin warrior. New patch messed my controls up. Mouse doesn't want to work anymore. Ooh, that's annoying. I want to... Sometimes patches will change some of my game settings. Actually, that's a good point. I should check and make sure that my FPS is still capped. They like to uncap it on me. They like to... Especially, it's more so... Okay, no, we're still fine. It's less so WoW patches, although I think WoW patches have done it to me, and more so graphic driver updates that mess with my settings. OP's causing lots of problems. And then this we're gonna turn in, I guess, back where we came from. Barnacles make such a cute bunny. That's when I thought they pull me back in with the holiday revamps. I've been enjoying the holiday reworks. They're fun and they're different, but they're not overwhelming. It's not like you have an insane amount of new stuff to do if you were already caught up. With the patch yesterday, and then the Oblivion remake that they decided to release yesterday out of the blue. I feel like there are so many games to play, very little time. They just, like, dropped the game just out of nowhere. That's very funny. No, I didn't want to turn in that quest. I should abandon that quest. I don't want it. Because I have the egg basket already. I don't want the experience, and I want to keep the chocolates. And then... New guy shows up. Use a potion to get information from 5 ducks. Certainly. Hello. Why are you so angry? Go steal those eggs. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this is the boss quest line. Hello. Some of them are druids. Duck druids. Okay. Oh, yeah, lots to do. The Noblegarden stuff shouldn't take an insane amount of time. You guys are saying that you were able to get all the eggs you needed in like an hour. Okay, so yes, we can pick out a new duck disguise. It doesn't tell me which one I have already. I'll have to look and see what I have. Duck disguiser. I guess what I could do is I could use my duck disguiser. Summon a toy. Oh, I can't do that because I'm silenced by a Noblegarden bunny. And then that'll let me turn into a duck. Choose your disguise. Oh yeah, that's right. It's per character. I forgot it's per character. What a stupid thing. That is, and I don't use this word lightly. Stupid. I forgot. Okay, I guess he's getting his first one then. Oh dear. Wish there was a way to stop patches from breaking add-ons. I like how it's the patch's fault. I mean, I understand where the logic comes from, but yeah. The duck disguise colors are per character. Check my list of 80s, and it's kind of something. Time to do all my daily quests on all of my 80s. Hello? Are you alright? All the way down. I could probably just, like, undisguise and then fly. Rather assign blame to patches over people. Yeah, patches that are widely known to be divinely concepted. They just descend from the heavens, no people involved. Alright, there's the boss. That's the one. Oh, hi, Moose. What are you doing, bud? You gonna come hang out? That's my baby boy. I can't look at him too much or he'll get shy. I blame Dylan for accounting. It's totally his fault. I did run a lot of add-on updates today. That was good. Add-ons are great, but I never want to be so attached to any that I couldn't play WoW without an add-on. I used to be that way until Dragonflight. I feel like in Dragonflight, when they added edit mode, that really kind of let me bridge the gap. I was able to play before without them because I always did raid testing and PTR with no add-ons at all. But it used to be just a mess for me. Like before I was able to set up my bars the way that I liked. Edit mode made it possible for me to play without any add-ons. And then they've kind of become nice to haves rather than must-haves. I feel like Bartender was something that I like could not live without. Okay. Loot-filled basket. Oh yeah. That'll probably give me some eggs too, eh? Would make sense. Do I need to do anything with the duck nest, or that's probably just spawning the boss again? You see my pup? That's my baby boy. That's my little baby itty bitty buddy. Moo Bear. Mr. Bear. He's sleepy. He's so small. He can take up that entire bed when he wants to. He's just insisting on curling up into a tiny corner. He's a shepherd mix. He's a shelter puppy. I guess I'm gonna get a pink duck. And then we turn that in and we get a basket. And then it turns into like a daily, which does not seem worth doing for one egg. Oh no, I just opened my first box. I just opened my first box from the Duck Boss Daily, and it gave me a flying carpet that I for sure already have, so I can vendor it for 1 copper. I think most people, I would not say everybody, but I think that most people that want that have got it by now. I know our resident JG Brit finally got lucky this year. I feel like it should be at least 10 gold. I'm surprised it even drops once you already have it. There is no good reason for that other than to torment your friends that don't have it yet. It's not tradable. You can't sell it or give it to anybody. No, it's not sellable. It's soulbound. The only thing you could do is stick it in your bank for memories or vendor it. Hmm. And we doing candy wise. Oh, we got some black tuxedo pants. Pretty sure we don't need any of that stuff. We're just here for the chocolates. We are up to 47. We are nearly halfway to our first item, which I don't know exactly which one I'm going to pick. Now I feel like I should maybe be trying to get all of it done. How many is 500 really? You know, like how long could 500 possibly take me? I suppose I could take steps to like measure my pace. Although by the time I figure that out, I'm probably going to be more than halfway done. Secret third option, delete it in front of your carpetless friends. Holy smokes. Nordersill with 50, 1 over 49 and 1 under 51 gift subs. Holy moly, isn't that like everybody here? Congrats to those who got them. Wow. Holy mackerel. Made 500 in like 7 hours. Wasn't that bad. Working days worth of effort. 7 hours. My goodness. Okay. Nice. That's very, very, very kind of you. Oh, man. I'm going to have to make up some streaming hours. Not just because of that, but just because I know I've been not... I know I've got some time off coming up, and I've been missing them here and there. You might have over 50. Nah. 18. Surely that will cover down payment. Hey, does not hurt. Does not hurt. Oh, man. I'm trying to keep my spirits up in the house hunt. I'm seeing a lot of places. And I'm trying to... It's a really tough thing. I was complaining to my mom about this. It's this weird thing where you have to know that you love a house enough to be prepared to put down an astonishing amount of money and financial risk. And also, like, move there and stuff. Like, you have to know very quickly after having seen the place for 20 minutes, whether or not you love it enough to make that risk. But you can't love it so much that you're going to be devastated if you don't get it, which you may not. It's such an incompatible with human emotions process. I get why people say it's so crushing. We've also, because we're looking at places that are a little farther away from where we live now, it's been a lot of driving. Although at least we're able to go see them. I know some people are like moving out of province or like whatnot, and they need to actually, they can't see places. You have to either fly out once and you've got like 4 days to find a house, or you just gamble, I guess. I don't know. 1 hazillion viewers. Oh man. But anyway, I'm gonna go see another one tomorrow, and we're just gonna keep on keeping on. It is springtime at least, so more stuff is getting listed. Oh man, I just want to get a place that I can hopefully afford, that hopefully doesn't have like, you know, termites. Hope the house huntry was good. The last place I saw is not the right one for me. It was very cute. It had a lot of good things going for it, but I knew pretty quickly that it was not my house, which is good because apparently it is the house for a lot of other people. There was a ton of other people that saw it, and a bunch of them made offers from what I heard. So someone will get it. Is there something wrong with your current place? No, but I'm renting right now and I'm trying to buy, and I've got kind of a window where I have a pre-approval that can kind of afford a house, sort of, and I've got an interest rate that I can kind of live with, and it may be my last chance in a long time. It may not be. Like, you never know what markets and house prices are going to do, but every sign points to things going up in price further, and if I don't get in, the market may the market may outgrow me. I may not be able to get in. So I'm trying. And also I really want a house. Right now I'm renting an apartment. It's not tiny, but it's, I would love to have some more outdoor space. I am gardening for all my life it's worth in this little balcony, or at least I was last year. And I want like a real garden so badly. I would love a yard for moose. It may not end up being like a house. We may end up in like a townhouse. I'm trying not to end up in a condo, because I'm pretty sure I could walk down the street and spit and get in a condo. I just don't want to do that because it would be from the 1901s and it would leak because they all leak. And it would cost an extraordinary amount of money for something that is about to fall down. No loot. Anna Mavens, thank you very much for the 7-month resub. Heard something about needing help with a down payment. Here you go. Thank you very, very, very much. I really appreciate it. There's a lot of expenses, and I mean everybody knows this, but there's a lot of stuff that goes along with moving. A lot of, you've got inspection fees and appraisal fees and lawyer fees and gas to go see all these places and stuff, and it's all appreciated. I have become so frugal. I mean, I was always kind of sort of frugal, but I have become stingy over the last like 3 months, and ideally it would have been a couple of years, but like I am refusing to buy anything that is not like medically necessary. Subnautica sub goal when, right? I was kind of trying to brainstorm a streamathon, and then I looked more into it, and then I decided that was never going to work for us. But I could do, instead of that, I could do sub goals for different rewards. I was looking into maybe setting that up. I didn't get around to it because I still have other stuff that I need to do too. Now isn't the best time to get a bunch of new fishing gear for fall. It really, not for me. Plus, I have fishing gear. It works great. I catch fishies on it. That's the point. Candy buckets work for tracking eggs. No, because eggs are like, actually maybe it does something, I don't know, but candy buckets is more for like when you're traveling across the world to get like a thing in each inn in the different cities, whereas this is you go to one of the starting zones and then you're just kind of egg hunting through the little area. Everybody has their favorite places to do this. I'm probably, what I might do is I might do like 100 eggs or 100 chocolates, and then do a different city, and then do like another 100 chocolates. Honestly, I kind of like the horde ones better. I could get in a horde character, and I could do horde ones. I have a horde. It doesn't even have to be a druid, but I have a horde druid. Why wouldn't a streamathon work? There's different ways to do them, and the general one is to stream for a long time with subs kind of adding time to it. And the basic math of it is that I don't particularly feel capable of marathon streaming, and would end up pricing them in a way that's out of touch to like, it's just no good. It's not really the format of content that I want. And a lot of the sub goals are different things that just don't feel like me, like a me thing to do. Brill's fun. Silvermoon's pretty. Yeah, I was kind of thinking Silvermoon. I was maybe thinking Razor Hill. I mean, honestly, this is working pretty well for me, but we can just change it up. Oh, you know what I might do? I don't know. I might take this guy. If we were going to do another Alliance one, I don't think I'm going to do Keranos. That's the dwarf one. I think it sucks. I don't really remember, but I think it's not great for egg hunting. I might try Teldrassil. I might try Dolinar. You'd need to go to the time bent version of it. And I guess I don't know if they have eggs there. I want to look, though. Yeah, we had sub goals for wigs. I ended up setting them, I think, too expensive, and then we didn't even reach them. And then eventually I just kind of revealed them all anyway. I think the Draenei one is good. Yeah, Ammon Mail's fun. That might be a good one too. Okay, so we can at least buy our first piece of Mog. I think I'm just going to buy the pieces one at a time. And then go farm some more eggs and then buy another one, just to kind of shake it up a little bit so we're not in this area the entire day. So, hello. Excuse me. Can I please have a... Yeah, the faded floral staff. That is a lovely color. Thank you. And I'm going to try and go to Darnassus. I'm going to give it a go. Favorite is the Tauren one. Find the egg hunting addicting. It's hard to get myself to stop. I'm kind of excited to have an excuse to do some egg hunting this year. I got everything from the event previously, so I wasn't sure that I was even going to need to bother with it. And there's other stuff that I can do. There's always other stuff that I can do. Okay, so we're going to port to Darnassus. I'm always a little bit spooked with the old cities that are gone, because, like, yeah, there's time travel NPCs you can talk to, but the debacle in Lordaeron, the Undercity thing, was just such a mess that this kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. Oh, is there a rare that I want to do? Hello. I don't know why I want to fight this rare, but I'm doing it. The new leveling event is active. Let me find the buff. Winds of Mysterious Fortunes. So, 20% XP gains for 10 through 80. And then some extra reputation as well. Quests and kills in Dragon Isles and Noblegarden leveling characters have a chance to award mysterious satchels that can contain equipment, cosmetics, combat, and experience potions. Hang on a second. What kind of cosmetics? Hold up. What? Do I need to do that? Is there a list of things? All the things help. Is there a list of things that I need to farm? I'm kind of hoping they're cosmetics that are available from other things, to be honest with you. Timely Tourist Mog recolor set. Okay. Because I didn't get a lot of the Timely Tourist stuff from last time. I did not get it. I'm just gonna fly across this. Who needs a boat? Who needs a boat? Not me. I'm a bird. Did you drink all the coffee? Almost. Oh, look at this sleep. Look at this sleepy muffin. Look at all his feeties. He gets his feeties all tangled up. He makes like a little moosey knot. Hazel and Moose. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Try and keep my Wednesdays and my Thursdays set up. Glad there's been multiple ways to get Timely Tourist Blue recolor because I didn't care to spam farm the Chromie event. Was it the... It was the anniversary Chromie stuff, right? I didn't spam farm that either, so I wouldn't need the Mog. Although, you know, need's kind of subjective. Go Placidly, thank you for the 27-month resub. Appreciate it. Yeah, let's go see if there's eggs in Delinar. I'm not even sure that there are. Yeah, we'll go see. I think there are, and that's why I'm going. I have a feeling. I don't know if it's a good spot to farm if there are eggs here, but it would be something different. Hello? Any eggies? Eggies? Hello? I see a bunny. I see a bun. That's a good start. The vendor's here. That's also a good start. There are eggies. All right, so we'll get another 100 here. It's possible that it is not the finest place to farm them. It looks like a lot of them are in these bushes. Thank goodness for the interact key, because it means that you don't really need to find out where the eggs are in the bushes. You just stick your head in the bush, and if you see the golden cogwheel icon pop up like that, then you can just tap your interact key to loot it. You don't even need to really see where it is necessarily. There are new rewards for this. There are 5 new weapon transmogs that are recolors of the floral weapons that hit the trading post last year. They are 100 chocolates each, and as far as chat was telling me, they don't seem to drop from the eggs directly, so you have to buy them off the vendor. First character gets 100 rep per quest. Oh, you can do nightfall dailies and alts for rep. Oh. I don't know anything about the nightfall stuff that they added. I'm going to worry about Noblegarden first, and then I guess I'll worry about that. I'm sure there's cosmetics that I'm going to want. I'm not finished getting cosmetics from the last new zone that they added. I still need it. I'm only like 60% done with Undermine. I thought that was pretty good. What's the deal with the golden eggs? I don't know. What are the golden eggs? Yeah, looks cute. Thanks. I'm back to flat ironing just my bangs like it's high school all over again. I need to trim them, but I'm horrified of cutting my own hair or letting anybody else cut my hair like a week or two before my wedding. I feel like if I'm going to mess it up, I should do it later. Because right now, it's just growing out from my buzz cut, but like I like it well enough. It's a reasonable shape, especially if I attack it with hairpins, so I'm really nervous. I'm not going to take anything off of it, I think, until after the wedding, but it does mean that I'm getting increasingly 2008 style swoopy bangs. I have a moosey roll. I know. He's a Cinnamousse muffin. Supposed to get them around Azeroth. Oh, that is complete news to me. I've never heard of that. Golden eggs. Did they take you to the chocolate factory? Keep a dwarf character in Siren Isle. Heritage and Iron Weekly's done every week. That's my hot tip. Yep. I do get that. I haven't been doing it though. Don't do it on any extra alts. I barely even did that on my main. I have so much stuff missing from Siren Isle. I don't even want to think about my Siren Isle completion percentage. Have your partner cut your bangs. He's trying to get me to cut his hair for our wedding. And I cut his hair normally for like every day. But like, I think there's gonna be pictures and stuff. I'm not terribly good at it. Like when I do it, it's a clipper cut. And on a good day, it's kind of even. I feel like his family would kill me. I need to just like source a barber and make an appointment and then just like bring him there and be like, let them do your hair. Mazel tov, thank you. Wedding's the one time to go someplace and get it done. I agree, but also I'm being a massive hypocrite because I'm refusing to get my hair done for the wedding because I'm like, it's curly. I'm just gonna like pin them places. I'm just gonna have a bunch of curls and I'm just gonna smush them around with hairpins until it looks weddingy, and then that'll be fine. That'll work. But it's a lot more expensive to get women's hair cut and styled, I feel like, especially for something if you let the word wedding go anywhere near it. Just mow it. Just mow. Just straight up bald. What if we're both bald for our wedding and then anytime anybody asks, we're like, we're becoming one. And then nobody ever visits us ever again. When the first time I like recut my hair after having Moose, I was like, is he gonna recognize me? Is he gonna think I look funny? Or like the first time I put on a wig around him, he does not give a flying heck. Like, he does not care. I don't think he notices. He's a lot more concerned with what pants I'm wearing because that might give him clues as to whether or not I'm about to leave. Assy Massey with a brand new sub. Appreciate it very, very much. We are reaching our final form. We both go completely bald with like one like rat tail string out of the one side of the nape of your neck. Just horrific. Hi Hazel. Hello. How you doing? That would be our time to start a extremely quirky alt rock band, I feel like. That would be the moment. I don't know if married couples need to form bands, but it is an option. Okay. Oh, I gotta learn the pink duck disguise. How are we doing on eggies? We're like 40, 50 or so. From here. It could be a Glass Animals cover band. I try my best to sing along to the Glass Animals in my car because I know all the words. So it's really fun because they're kind of wordy songs, some of them, and it's really fun to sing along when you know them all. But I do not have Davy's range. I cannot. I cannot. I don't know what my vocal range is, but I think limited is the answer to that. Not so good. I am gonna level an alt. At least one, possibly more. What I should do is I should go through my 70s and I should be like, well, I'm either going to level them or they're going to die. What's it going to be? You know, like go through and just kind of either get them to 80 or just get them to the dirt so that they don't sit in ugly 70 limbo any longer. So that's an option. It's me singing Paramore can't do what she does, not one bit. Try enhancement shaman. What genre would our band be? Xylophone genre. It's just two. No, we were talking about we were just gonna, if we got a house with no adjoining walls, we were just gonna get 2 drum kits, and that was gonna be our band, is 2 identical drum kits that we would play at the same time. I don't think either one of us can play the drums. Like, even a little bit. It'd be great. I want to get a house and I want to move because then I'm gonna have house stories. You also need to level, but the question is which one to choose. I mean, there's always the blessed fate of RNG. You can always assign them a number and do a slash roll. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy Noblegarden. Happy 11/17, I think this is. You guys have good vaults this week? I know that was yesterday, but I had another disappointing week. I haven't had anything good on my priest in ages. Like, I've been doing at least 4 10+ keys a week. So I've been getting not 3, but 2 myth slot pieces every week. And I haven't been able to take any of them. Actually, this week I didn't take my choice yet. So I might be able to, on my priest, take a pair of myth bracers if I can catalyze them into having better secondaries. Because right now my hero track bracers have perfect secondaries for me. And the myth option in my vault sucks stat-wise. It's like haste versa. It's no good. Far into a season, disappointment is the likely outcome. I just have so many slots that I could use myth track gear on, and it's just not spitting it out for me. Lily, thank you for the 36-month resub. Happy 3 years. Holy smokes, got 2 trash trinkets in mine. Luckily, third option was good. Oh, good. Trash trinkets is generally what my game decides to do with my 2 myth slot items that I get in my vault every week. It's usually like, well, do you want an awful trinket or a horrible trinket? And I've been taking other of them. I have enough trinkets anyway. There are so many various eggy... I guess they're just not stacking very well. Let's see if we can open all of these and how many chocolates we can get. Is it 11.15? Are we not on 7 yet? Did you hear? I did hear about the Great Vault dupe bug. I did hear about that. It luckily did not happen to me on any of my alts. I kind of procrastinated opening my vaults for a little bit, and then I was like, well, if it's bugged, it's probably just bugged. I don't know when they determine vault loot, but I guess they would determine it when you open it, right? I don't know. Anyway, I didn't, I decided not to worry about it too much, and it wasn't a huge problem for me. This one. So we're on 55. I think after this, I'm probably going to do some egg hunting in Ammon Vale. That sounds kind of nice. This is mainly just checking bushes. There are new Noblegarden rewards this year. There's 5 of them. They are floral-themed weapon transmogs. They are 100 chocolates each, and as far as we can tell, they don't drop from the eggs directly, so you do need to grind the chocolates. They're cute, though. Trading post recolors from the floral stuff from last year's trading post. Nope, nothing over there. Gone too far. So far, I've got 1 piece, which was the staff. I'm going to get all of them. I think I'm going to get the bow next. Probably just going to go in order. Would make sense. Okay, maybe I'm just not very good at, like, the spots around here. I know there's some around these pillars. I was doing a little better, I think, in Stormwind, although I do appreciate the change of scenery. There's no good reason to farm them in different areas. I'm just doing it for fun, really. A little nostalgia tour. I'm doing 100 eggs-ish in each... Yeah, just in different areas. I'm doing Alliance ones first. I think the Horde ones are better, but... Or at least the Horde ones are more popular. People talk about Falcon Wing Square a lot. I think it's probably a little bit more condensed than Ammon Vale. Or whatever the name of the the town in Ammon Vale is. I forget. I don't even know if... Ammon Vale's the starting area. Blood... something. I don't remember. Is this less fun now that you're not fighting for eggs? No, it is much more fun. It was very frustrating back when you had to fight for eggs. This is just my cup of tea. Got a second Swift Spring Strider and an egg. Glad I spent 500 on it. Now those, are they sellable? I could have sworn that, no, maybe I'm thinking of Love is in the Air Striders. I could have sworn there was some mount that you could sell, so you maybe could get something for it. It is sellable. Oh, there you go. I'm probably not very much, although maybe more if you wait until the event's over. Where are my eggies? Yesterday for NA, it was Super Skirt Day. Trying so hard to level a lot, but still like 500-ish that are level 1. Won't have another event until like next September. I completely forgot that was yesterday, although I don't know if I ever intended to do it. Sell it around December, sells for a lot. Oh. You think people like buy them as like gifts for other players? Because I was trying to think of another time when somebody would be like out of season being like, you know what I really need to buy is an out of season Swift Spring Strider. It used to be something that would hit my lists of like one of the ugliest mounts in the game. I like the model update they did for it, but the Spring Strider is definitely one of the less appealing colorways of it. Frustrating to be on patch day. Yeah, the Super Squirt Day overlap. Yeah, because there's so much other stuff going on. How many of my pets do I need to level? I think I'm just resigned to doing it via buying stones or getting stones sometimes from Pet Battle World quests. Nearly there. Another 25 chocolates here, and then we can move and try out a different area. Blood Moon? Blood Veil? Hang on, I need to look at my map. So it's Azure Watch, which is in Azure Mist Isle. Ammon Vale is the starting area. Blood Mist Isle is what I was thinking of, and that has nothing to do with it. That's not going to be the egg spot. Okay, I needed to double check. I love the Draenei starting area. It was actually the first area that I ever went into in WoW, like on a friend's computer in high school. I made a Draenei hunter and was just noodling around shooting mobs in the starting area. Was the first thing I ever did. And every once in a blue moon, I make a Draenei hunter out of like respect, you know, homage to that initial character that I ran around on, but I don't usually stick with them. Draenei tend to be clothies for me when I do make them. Need all the pet charms I can save for rare stones. I love it when there's a pet world quest for rare stones, because I'll just swing by and do it. And if I'm feeling really, you know, diligent, I might do them on multiple characters, but were all the pet dungeons available at once? I mean, eventually, yes, but they came out one at a time. They came out in their own patches. They never released more than one in a patch, and it was usually a pretty good wait between them. So if you did them as they were coming out, you weren't as overwhelmed, because you were never, unless you were just trying to grind them to make gold, you were generally done with one by the time they came out with another one. Yeah, doing all the pet dungeons would be insane. They take so long. I also used to, back when I was doing pet dungeons, was before I finally caved to the wisdom of using pet battle scripts. I held off on those for a long time because I felt like they were anti-fun, which is still a valid take, but I decided that they weren't that much fun to do the old-fashioned way. So I finally got set up with a rematch, and I finally got set up with pet battle scripts. And that would have made the dungeons a lot easier, because before then, I was having to, like, load my teams manually every single time. And then remember what the strategy was for each given team. It was just ugly. It was a mess. I think I want to do each one once a week right now. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll get back into running. I think it was, Dead Mines? Was there Dead Mines? Yeah, I thought there was. Or maybe it was Nomer. It couldn't have been Dead Mines. Anyway, there was one of them that I would do, I think I'm thinking of Nomer, for pets that you would buy with currency that you could then sell in the auction house. And they would sell for pretty good values. That's what it was. It would work better now if I had scripts saved and team saves that I could just kind of like do it on autopilot. It's still like 3 weeks to get a pet though, which is I think why they're so valuable. Out of curiosity, while we're on the topic, a Nomer pet dungeon. Gosh, what were they called? There was a cannon. Pocket cannon. Bagman Brown. Yeah, so like these guys, I used to sell these. I want to check. Because I'm pretty sure they are. They're not cageable. Maybe they used to be. Pet, hello. Hello. Would you want them to give us new ones or something else for pet collectors? Something else. I think pet dungeons are completely played out. There's realistically nothing new to add to the format. And I think they know that, which I think is why they stopped doing them. It was a cool idea, but we did them. They had their story. And at a certain point, they're just kind of tedious. It's just kind of mass level data entry. Geek, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it very, very much. What am I thinking of? What were the Nomer pet dungeon the Nomer pet dungeon things for? Yeah, people tend to ask for new ones, and maybe I am in the minority of not really wanting anymore and wanting them to try something new. I think that the people in the pet battle community just don't want to feel neglected, so it sucks feeling like there's patch after patch of content coming out and that they're not making any content for you. And for a long time, pet battle dungeons were kind of the thing that they were doing to give new content to pet battle enthusiasts. Like, yes, there's new family battlers and there's new tamers, and those are fun. But if they didn't do a pet dungeon, it kind of felt like they were ignoring pet battlers. So I think it's not so much that people wanted pet dungeons specifically because they were oh so fun, but they just want to feel like they weren't forgotten. They just want to feel like there's content for them and some reason to use this enormous pet collection that we've sunk a bajillion hours into leveling. Is that my baby boy? Are you so comfy? He's not a big one for modesty. I have 1871 pets. I'm not sure if there's 2,000 uniques yet. Dog's laying the exact same way right now. Yeah, he likes that one. He'll do that right on top of you too. He's really got no shame, no fear. He's very comfy here. We are nearly about to buy another transmog. We need 3 more eggies, and then I'm gonna go try out Azure Mist Isle. That's how my little doggy sleeps. Sad that the dog can't get comfy. What do you mean? I feel like shifting positions is the comfiest thing to do. It's good for you. 1917 unique in my journal possible. Expect to achieve that level of chillness when I rest one day. If we're lucky, he'll start to snore. Oh no, you're fine. Sometimes I don't get jokes. Especially if I'm stressed, people will make jokes and I'll be like, what do you mean? And they're like, I'm kidding. And I'm like, oh, I did not get that. Dog sleeps with all 4 legs up in the air too. Sarcasm just flies right over my head sometimes, especially in text. Dog is really good at yoga. Sometimes I'll do yoga at home and both Moose and Kira, my kitty cat, will get like hyper involved. I'll be laying on my back doing things like that, and Kitty will just climb up on my chest and then try to lay down. And then whenever it's Shavasana time at the end, Moose will come and try to lay down right next to me. Well, he'll try to lick my face a bunch because he knows that I won't like get up and shoo him away. But then he'll like lay down and plop like right next to me. Even though he knows he's not supposed to put his feet on my yoga mat, he'll do it anyway, and he'll just be like, all right, are we laying down? Okay, me too. And it's so cute. I can't tell him no. Oh, I forgot to buy a thing. I guess I'll buy it next time. I'm gonna probably take a flight path, I think is my best bet. Because I want to go to here, actually. I want to go to Azure Watch. So I think I'm just going to stick him on a flight path on this griffin that is definitely doing it right. 10 out of 10, no notes. Nothing to worry about here. Thanks for years of WoW YouTube videos. They've helped me tremendously. Didn't know you streamed. That's awesome. Welcome to the stream. I thought after the portal it would fix it, and it definitely didn't. Saw a video about a puppy yoga place. Sounds adorable, distracting, possibly messy. Yeah, not... I think it's cute when my animals participate, but also it is distracting. I practice in a studio for a few reasons, but one of them is it's nice to not have a dog up on your business. Yeah, Kira's doing all right for now. She's doing okay for the time being. I'm glad that she's been stable and hanging on, because she's her and Moose have like been working on their own relationship, and it's very sweet to see. Getting some time to bond. Guild is now 2 of 8 mythic. Not bad for a bunch of 40 to 60-year-olds. Oh my gosh, that emote's great. Hippogriff taking a leisurely stroll through the air. Yeah, it's on vacation. It'll get you there, but like on its own time. That's the swimming animation, eh? Not the walking one. Alright, let's see. Well, first of all, I'm going to buy another transmog because there should be. Where's the Noblegarden vendors at? Should be around here somewhere. On this side, by the lovely banner. So I would like to browse your goods. I have another 100 chocolates, so we already got this one. Time to get, I think, the bow. That's what we're going to get second. One orchid bouquet. Good one. And then we'll get another 100 to get the next item. So let's see where they've stuck the eggies here. It looks like one. Just need 100. And I can figure out where my next place is. We could try Keranos. I think I might do a Horde character. I don't know. Maybe I'll stick to the Alliance Zones and I'll do them all on Barnacles. Because what else? We would have Keranos. And then I think that at that point that might be it. I might have to do the last one, or the last two in Elwyn. Because that's it, right? We did Dalinar, Night Elves, Dwarves. Yeah, because Gnomes and Dwarves share. Horde for life. I don't have a recent Speed Druid guide. I have an old one that's not completely up to date anymore. They've made some changes since then. The general principles are still there. It's basically just getting speed gear, and then Azerite gear with a Heart of Azeroth will help. But it's done differently for different level brackets, and I don't have all those details handy. Majestic Ducky. 7. That actually is kind of a new one. I don't know if I've seen that particular moose creation before. He sleeps with his mouth open sometimes. Like, his lips will just fall back from his teeth, and he'll just kind of, like, snore through, like, his little nibblers. Oh, man. Need to figure out the Azerite gear for some druids. Yeah. Yeah, there's specific pieces. One of them is from Freehold, I believe, and I think one is from Motherlode, and then one is from Siege of, or pardon me, the jail one, Toldagor, because those are the ones that have the Longstrider on them, and then it's a matter of speed gear and enchants and stuff. If I slept like that, I'd be in pain for 2 weeks. Does he smile or show his teeth? He's got kind of like a grin. It's not really like a showing... Well, I guess he kind of shows his teeth. Like if he's like really happy and he's like been running around. He's got like a big floppy puppy grin. It's kind of like the normal one you would expect to have from like a shepherd husky situation though, where he's just kind of like goofy. Big tongue flopping at the side of his mouth. Best location was Razor Hill. Tons of eggs respawn because it's busy. I was doing, I think, my best for Alliance. I think I was doing my best in Elfwyn Forest, actually. I think that you're right. The respawn rate's good because of the activity there. This is kind of nice for a change of pace, though. I like this better than Dalinar so far. This seems like they're a little bit easier to see. In Dalinar, I was kind of resorting to sticking my head in bushes and then just hoping that there were going to be eggs there. And sometimes there were, and sometimes they weren't up yet. These ones are a tiny bit more visible. I feel like German Shepherd mixes are some of the goofiest dogs. Moose really showing that. Goofy is probably the biggest adjective you could apply to my boy, especially if he gets to play with his friends. If he's playing with other dogs, he will make other people laugh because he's just so ridiculous. And he has so much energy. He has his jets are on full gas all the time. And the other dog can just be like kind of standing there being like, why are you so much? And Moose will just like rocket towards them, jump over them, fully clear like a tall dog, like a big old doodle or something, land on the ground, tumble in a somersault because he has so much momentum and he kind of hit the ground kind of hard. And he's learned how to do like stuntman rolls to like eat his momentum after he lands. He's very noodly. It's very fun. He has a interesting technique of displaying explosive energy and very energetic play without actually physically bowling over whatever dog he's trying to get to play with him. It's it's still way too much for like most older dogs. They'll just kind of look at him being like, why? But if he gets a puppy around his age, they're gonna have a great time. Is he trying to cover his ears? Do you turn down the graphics? Yeah, my graphics are definitely not on maximum. Like Keranos, got all my reflexes set up for it. Maybe, you know what, I will have to try Keranos at some point. And then maybe I'll go back to Elwyn as for my last one. Freehold was the first kill drop, thankfully. Nice. Wicked Fate, thank you very much for the 38-month resub. Appreciate it. I'm so happy you guys are here. I know there's drops and you could be anywhere, and I know I've been gone for a few days, and I'm just happy you didn't forget about little Hazel. I want to loot this egg, but I just keep talking to that lady. There we go. That's the stuff. I mean, she's wearing a lovely robe. I used to mog that robe all the time. That's one of my favorite priest mugs to wear, even if it's not a Draenei character. How are we doing? We got 32 of these. Interact key makes this so much nicer than it used to be, though. I am a big fan of not having to actually click on the individual eggs. Neighbor's Lab German Shepherd mix Mocha was so goofy. Loved it. She was so sweet. Moose is funny. He gets stubborn, though. There was, on our walk, we walked by a neighbor who was just gardening. And it wasn't a neighbor that we really know very well, and I just kind of assume that people don't necessarily want to doggle up in their business, so I don't let him approach people if we don't know them, because he will charge right up to them and be like, hello, how's it going? I'm a dog. Like, you know, it's just too much. So I wasn't, we had to go by them, but I wasn't letting him approach the person in their garden. And Moose took this very personally, and then decided he was just going to stand in the street and refused to move in any direction because he was very miffed that I would not let him go investigate the garden. He moved after a little bit, but he was definitely having a little bit of a... He's got the husky gene in him that gives way to the occasional stand. The occasional strike. One of our favorite dog channels to watch, because Moosey likes watching dogs on TV, and I like watching dogs on TV. Archer and Leia are huskies that have a shorts channel. I think they're on TikTok too, but I watch them on YouTube. And they do that too. They'll do the parking on walks, especially if they wanted to go a different way. It's very clear with Moose when you've reached the point where he knows he's going home and he doesn't want to go home yet, because the last 2 blocks to get home, he will stop. He will be trotting along happy as a clam for the entire thing, and then he's like, wait a minute, I know where we're going. Nope. Morgan, thank you for the 8-month resub. Appreciate it. Some of our friends have smaller dogs, and when they do that, they just pick them up and carry them anyways. And that's not super an option with Mr. Moo Bear. He's not exactly a pick him up and carry him kind of dog. If he's got his harness on, you can give him a little boost, and that's about it. Oh, buddy. You sleepy? How we doing? We got 47. We are halfway to another one. How your ears doing? You want sleepy ears, buddy? Hang on a second. Lucy break. Hi. Sometimes you just gotta smooth out his ears a little bit. Okay. We have this thing right now outside, and I'm not sure if you guys do as well. It's like a seasonal thing where for a couple of weeks in the spring, you get these little grubby worm things. They're quite small. They're less than a centimeter long. They look like micro caterpillars, and what they do is they hang down on spider web style strands from trees and wriggle, and it's something to do with parasites. It's something to do with trying to get birds to eat them so that they can be in the bird. I don't know. There's some evolutionary logic there, but there's bajillions of them. So you end up with these trailing sticky strings with little green wiggly grubs by the 1,000. From these trees on the walks, and we went out for a big adventure yesterday, and there were so many of them, to the point that we got down a street, and then I had to stop, and my partner stopped, and we just picked all the worms off of each other, because there were so many of them, and it's so gross. Family's dog is so stubborn when I'm trying to bring us home on a walk. She lays down and ignores me. Have to pick her up a little with her vest and steer in the right direction, and she eventually starts moving. Yep. I feel that struggle. You're one of the reasons I started playing WoW 6 years back. Gosh. But yeah. And then I thought we'd gotten them all off of clothes, but then my partner was like, we should probably shower when you get home just in case there's any extras. And I'm like, I think we got them all, but I showered anyway. And then there was like, I think they must have been coming out of my hair because they were going down the drain. Oh, man. It shouldn't last for too long. It's gross, though. I don't know exactly what they are. I guess I can find it. Tiny wriggly worms from trees on silk lines. Let's see. They're from oak trees. Oak leaf rollers. Canker worms or winter moth? Let me see. Silkworms. Let me see. Are these just different names for the same thing? Because when I think silkworms, I'm thinking actual silkworms. Yeah, no, those are like a different thing. Those are big. What is an oak leaf roller? Yeah, that might be it. Larva. When larvae are disturbed, they'll drop in a silken thread. Tree experts. Hang on. Oh no, this page is not found. Sorry. This is very important. Yeah. They're these things. These things. So they're tiny. There's a ton of oak trees in town, so that's probably why. When fully grown, so they emerge in caterpillar, they eat the buds of the oak trees. And then the moth will come out June or July. Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Anyway, they're just out, and there's tons of them. What a floppy moosey boy. I got a walnut and 2 maples, so I'm spared from little creepies. Beginner guide videos at class? Aw, shucks. Don't let Moosey eat them. Moose? Oh my gosh, he picked up a beetle. I don't really know what kind of beetle it was. But I saw him, he had been sleeping on the couch next to me. And then he kind of like wormed his front half off the couch and stuck his head under the coffee table. And he kind of looked like he was chewing on something on the carpet. So I'm like, dude, what are you doing? What are you eating? And then he goes, Thoo. And then a little bug lands on the carpet. Maybe like yay big, like a pretty small one. And it's like a little black beetle. And it still has all its legs. And it's like, ugh, and it like starts to walk around. And I looked at it and then I picked it up and I took it outside. And Moose was kind of upset with me, and I don't know if it's because he wanted to eat it, or if he wanted to play with it, or if that was his pet, and he's upset that I took Bug outside. Like, I was just surprised it was in full condition, because he's done that before with spiders, where he'll just carry them around in his mouth, and then spit them out in his bed to just kind of, like, look at them. And it was the first time I'd ever seen him do a beetle. Send it at the taco. But yeah, the beetle was totally fine. So I went out and I put it onto a plant, which I hope it will not completely consume. But my garden's kind of sad right now anyway, so if he's hungry, then have at it, I suppose. How are we doing? Oh, we need lots more of these. I lost some egg farming time while I was thinking about bugs. Cats like to torture little insects and spiders. Oh dear. Kitty used to try to catch the, I forget what they're called. I looked it up like a million times because we used to have tons of them. These like big like wood beetles. I think they used to eat the apartments that I used to live in. And they were big and they would fly. They weren't cockroaches, but they were kind of cockroach adjacent, but they wouldn't replicate inside. They were just trying to get warm. But she would try to catch them back when she could see, but she was like really bad at it. She was not terribly adept at catching those big beetles. I don't think she ever actually managed to do any harm to any of them. I'm really excited for this house showing tomorrow morning. I hope it goes well. I don't I don't know if it's gonna go well, but I'm just hoping everything. It looks promising. Thought my cat was just trying to play with the insects. How many eggs can one collect in a day? How much time do you got? There's no cap. The cap is limited by your available spare time, condition of your tendons, amount of sanity you have, you know. You could get 500 in a day if you wanted to. People do it. A house? It would be nice. It would be real nice. Gotta find the right one, though. And then we gotta get it, which is a whole other problem. Just keep all the fingies crossed. I mentioned this earlier, and I'll talk about it more at the end of stream, and I'll post something in Discord. But I'm going to stream tomorrow, but I'm going to stream late because I'm going to go see this place in the morning. And they finally stack, sort of. Did they not used to stack at all? I have a macro for opening them that helps me turn them back into chocolates. This has been not so bad, though. This has been kind of comfy. 500 is the amount you would need to buy all of the new transmogs that they just added this year. So if you were fully caught up in everything previously and you wanted to get the new mogs, you would need exactly 500 more eggs. Leah, thank you very much for the 47-month resub. Appreciate it. I am excited for player housing. I'm very excited. I want so badly for my housing to be like beautiful and original and like very specific to me. But I'm a little worried that I'm going to find out that I have no taste and that it's going to be really boring and it's going to look like everybody else's because I'm basic at the end of the day. And I don't think it's going to be a problem. Like at the end of the day, I'm going to get my house and I'm going to collect stuff for it and I'm going to decorate it in whatever way speaks to me. But I am a little afraid that I'm going to find out that I'm extremely basic when I do that. It's just going to be me and 25 houseplants. They would cap at 20 back in the day and would fill the bag. Sounds like my Animal Crossing house in Island. I've been playing a fresh Animal Crossing save, and that's my Animal Crossing house right now. It's a ton of house plants. It's very basic. I know what I like, and what I like is as many different plants as humanly possible. Although I also put in a little shelf and I put in a little fish tank, and I kind of like that. I might do more aquariums in my Animal Crossing house this time. I want to do aquariums in my next place, but you know, one thing at a time. I don't think I'm going to be spending a lick of money on anything that's not absolutely essential for, like, years. Because there might be essential stuff that needs the money for a while. Your backdrop don't look basic? You don't think so? Aw, that's nice of you to say. Oh, I have a terrible thing to show you guys. Hang on. Don't hold it against Moo Bear. And you might want to brace yourselves. What? Missy's looking at me like, can I have it back? This was a well-organized protest where Moose came to me first. I was sitting at my desk. I was playing Muck, of all things. It's a... Hi, buddy. You want to lay down? Don't take any more plushies. I was playing Muck, of all things, which is a... It's like a sort of a free survival craft, but it's more of like a single session permadeath kind of situation. And we were halfway through. So we weren't going to be done for like 20 minutes. And Moose decided that he wanted to go out or he wanted some attention. And I was like, in a bit, buddy. And then he was like, well, fine. You're not going to pay attention to Moose? The Murloc's going to get it. And he managed to sneak it off the shelf behind me and then lay down right behind my chair. And when I looked down, he had peeled his eye. I'm not terribly upset about it. I'm not all that attached to the plushies. They're cute, but like they're not part of me. I was originally going to get rid of that one, but then I was like, you know what? If he's going to go for one of them, he's going to go for that one. I should probably keep it just to take the aggro. It's going to be like the ox statue. It's going to be the bait. Like if he decides to do that again and I've gotten rid of that one, he's going to go for a fresh one. But if I keep that one around, he's probably just going to go work on that Murloc again. So like, you know, poor thing is just shark bait in a shark cage. Vintage. Distressed. Added value. Illyria Funko Pop came in the mail today. Nice. You can fix it. I think that one might be a little bit beyond me. It's been distressed by Moose. You're right, it is vintage. Also, we got our 100 eggies, so we can try out a different spot. Time I wanted to get a pal, a griffin. He expressed it looked scary. Could be a clawed creature. Made it hard to see it as a less fancy teddy bear. Mm. Oh, and then the other thing was Moose decided that I think it's Dottie, the alpaca. She's in okay shape, but he decided that she should not be doing any labor without being paid for it, and managed to saw the felt band that holds her saddlebags in place. I have the other one somewhere. This is more fixable. This is an easier sewing job. But he bisected her saddlebags to remove them from her. He's really a dog of the people. All right, I wanted to go to Ironforge, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hearth him to Snug Harbor. Also, we should use the Noblegarden Hearthstone because it's seasonal. Because it matches. Noblegardener's Hearthstone. There we go. And then we'll take him to Ironforge. Give it some ibuprofen. Forget to get the bronze Murloc pet for buying something in the store. Probably a good thing. Walk it off doesn't seem the Murloc way. Draw a new pupil with a permanent marker. Oh dear. Listen, he's been through some stuff. Stormwind? No. Ironforge. Ironforge. And then we'll buy our next piece of transmog and then go get some more. It's funny though, like he doesn't just do that randomly. Like he will check in with me first and be like, are you gonna pay attention to me? And then if I don't, because I'm like raiding or something, and then he'll be like, fine. Don't say I didn't ask. Like he'll always check in first. So what I need to do is I need to just keep an eye on him when he does that and give him some of his own toys. But I'm usually like peak distracted. So. Why is your character a Santa? Why isn't your character a Santa? Why have you made the choices that you've made in your life to get to this point where you're not walking around World of Warcraft as Santa Claus? Like, what's up with that? Recommend googly-eyed dog would probably eat that too. Do you think it would be unreasonable for them to start selling BlizzCon in-game goodies on the store? Especially the really old ones. They did give some away for the... Oh, am I getting confused? I could have sworn that at the anniversary event they made like some really early BlizzCon collectibles available. But maybe those weren't BlizzCon. Maybe those were just old collector's edition stuff. Yeah. I don't know. At a certain point, you kind of run the risk of people that like made a point to buy the ticket or go to BlizzCon feeling cheapened because they did those things because they were exclusive. They've kind of played with that barrier a million times, so I don't know if it really matters anymore. But Barnaclaws. Barnaclus, get it? Got those, not sure. No new mounts for Noblegarden, but 5 new weapon transmogs for 100 chocolates each. Oh, speaking of, I was going to find the banner, which is over here, and I was going to buy another one because I have the chocolates that we got last time. Okay, that's just a general banner. Where's the vendor? Where is it? Actually asking, where is it? There's one in every starting area. There's eggs here. I was looting eggs. Oh, they're there. Found him. Hi, buddy. See you later. I think he's wandering off. Okay, so I got that one already. And then we got the bow. I am now going to get the one-handed axe. One-handed axe. Maybe I'll do a floral enhancement shaman at some point. It'd be kind of fun. Luckily, you don't need to use different characters to... You can learn all of them on whatever character it is that you want. They don't have to be able to wear them. Need more Santas? Mind blown. Can appreciate that you can get eggs in Dornegal, but it's a big section of the city. Oh, maybe I'll get my last 100 in Dornegal then. Because I think I need 200 more. And I was doing 100 in each city just for changes of scenery. Maybe I'll try to do the last 100 in Dorne. You said it's a pretty big area? Any other Aussie with WoW connection issues? That would be frustrating. I was driving through some farmland to go see one place that I didn't end up buying. and there were lambs in the field with their sheepies, and then there was a sheepdog, and the lambs were kind of like headbutting the daylights out of their poor mothers trying to get milk. And the moms were just walking along like, this is my life, and the kids are just like, or not kids because they weren't goats, they were lambs, they were sheep, but like they're so aggressive. If you grab the shell daily, it'll highlight the zone where you usually water sheep. Oh, okay, I know the spot. Gotcha. I need to search in new places. I kind of wanted to get that place just because it was close to sheepies, but I didn't end up doing it. Inside or outside in the Isle of Dorn? We'll take a look at it after this one. But yeah, Scoots is saying if you pick up the daily quest that has you find eggshell fragments, if you haven't already done that for the day, it'll highlight the spot in the city on your map. The sheep bush area. I am not doing so good here. This was never my favorite egg hunting area, and I don't know if it's because it has less eggs or they're more spread out, or if it's just because I'm not used to where they are. I think Elwyn Forest is my best spot because I know where the eggs tend to spawn. Oh, hello. Would you like to come up and sit? You want to come up here? There you go. Hi. Want to say hi, kitty? Around? Miss Kira. Window ledges. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Mulgore? Too much walking. A bunch of them under here. Just in Goldshire, and so are others. It doesn't seem to matter too much. Because they're multi-lootable now, it doesn't seem too bad to be looting eggs in the same areas that other people are as well. Window ledges, huh? Hi, kitty. That's a good motor you got. I was trying to think of what she would want from a new place, because she probably is not going to be thrilled when we move because she's blind and a bit poorly and is going to have to adjust a little bit. But I realized that what she would love is a sunny spot to sleep on the floor where she doesn't have to compete with the dog for it. Because right now they'll trade off. Like, one of them will be sleeping in the sunny patch and the other one will kind of come up and boop them, and then they'll switch. There's enough room for both of them, but for some reason they're taking turns. Multitasking, hunting eggs while in queue for time walking dungeons. Oh, very clever. I don't know if around this building is the move. I'm starting to think it's not. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Window ledges. Oh, like on those window ledges. I was daydreaming about living in a world where I live in a new house and then or not a new house, but like an old house. And then I bake a pie and then I set it on the window ledge to cool. And then I realized, what house has window ledges deep enough to set a pie on? That's just unreasonable. Also, if it was open air, you're going to get wasps. There's going to be buggies. Nice spot in the windowsill. Nice and cozy. Yeah. Some nice fresh air, maybe. New smells. I think she's not going to actually mind too much because we're keeping all of the furniture. And I'm going to do my very best to lay it out in a very similar way. So I think that once she kind of gets a feel for where her things are, she's not going to have too hard of a time settling in. Not any that I've seen anymore. I like living in places that have deep enough windowsills for me to set potted plants on them, because that's where I usually end up putting my house plants, is right in windowsills where they can get the best light that I can get for them. Although it does end up blocking some of the light that actually comes into the apartment. Sacrifices I'm willing to make, I suppose. Aw. She's headbutting my elbows. Hi. How you doing? Yeah, there are plants that enjoy indirect light, but those are just the ones that you put in the windows that don't face west or south. Even my like shade plants have always been happier in like north or east windows than they have been just like in my house, at least for me. I tend to move things around, but I've I find it's very rare for me to get a plant that gets like burned with too much light unless it's like a hot afternoon sun window, and I don't really have those anymore. Stink at keeping houseplants alive. I like to collect teddy bear knickknacks. I like, I've got a little bit into, and I kind of feel bad because it's like kind of corporate and kind of plastic, but I've gotten a little bit into the botanical Legos. I've got a couple of them behind me. I've got like the lucky bamboo, and then there's the orchid up there. And I like them for stream background in particular because my stream cave is a cave. It is dark in here, especially without my stream lights on. I have some low light compensation that's making it look less dark in here than it actually is, and that's how I get like the purple glow. If I do things actually well lit, then it's all blown out. But anyways, it's like not background. My background is not a good place to keep house plants. I've done different things in the past with having like direct lights on them, and it's just a mess for like trying to light a stream. So the plastic ones work really good, and I like the Lego ones because they're not pretending to be real plants. I have a real bone to pick with fake plants that are just trying to pass themselves off as real. I don't know what my problem is. It's probably something I should work through in therapy, but I feel like they're lying to me. I don't mind a Lego plant because it's not trying to not be Lego. Like, you know that it's Lego. But it's, you know, it still kind of tickles the plant itch for me. Whereas like a silk plant or something, I'm just going to be like, you're not real. UV light in my office for my plants. Don't have a window. I used to have a whole setup in a couple of offices ago of like tiered shelves with like these plant lights like mounted to the underside of the shelf above each plant. And the plants were pretty happy, but the lighting for stream was a mess. And they would give me headaches because they were kind of in areas where like they would be in my line of sight while I was trying to work, and the contrast between that light and my screen. I've just decided to keep all of those things away from my computer because I was just giving myself migraines. What's the sense of them if fake? I don't want to party poop on fake plants too much because I know some people probably like them. And I would rather see a fake plant in a dark corner than a real plant that's just dying horrifically. And I know some real plants can deal with low light, but like, I don't know. This has been working for me. This isn't all my fake IKEA plants. Yeah, I'm sure I would still, if you gave me 2 photos of rooms and one of them had no plants and the other one had the IKEA plants, I would still probably prefer your room. I think that it would feel more natural. I want to plant stuff outside. I want to grow peppers, and I want to grow tomatoes, and I want to grow lettuce, and I want to grow rhubarb. I don't even like rhubarb. I just see everybody else growing rhubarb right now because it's rhubarb season, and I'm jealous. How we doing? How we doing egg-wise? We have 50 odd plants. Do not need to fret over whether they're bad for my cat or not. Very good point. Strawberry rhubarb pie is awesome. That is the one rhubarb application that I am familiar with in my life. I just haven't been making many desserts lately. I have to go behead a lot of foxtails this week or two. What's holding you back? I live in an apartment. I live in an apartment with a balcony. I have grown things. I did potatoes, I did lettuces, I did tomatoes, I did one pepper plant, I do tons of herbs. Like, I do grow stuff on the balcony. But I want land. I want earth. I want to feel closer to nature. I was reading like a set of essays by a local naturalist that somebody dropped off, and it made me want to just like live in the woods and draw pictures of plants and observe them. You know, I just want to like sketch the little wormies that keep falling on my head. Neighbor makes a lovely strawberry rhubarb jam. Used to pull some rhubarb, wet and roll it in sugar. Is there any application for rhubarb that doesn't involve sugar? Is there any way that it's palatable without being smothered in sugar? So far we have pie and we have jam. And then crumble, which is kind of another thing. There's nothing else you do with it, eh? Yeah, I have another Lego kit that I haven't put together yet because I'm kind of waiting until the next place. Honey. That is sugar, though. That's just fancy sugar. That's just bee-curated sugar. I make macarons. Yogurt. get a little closer. I've never made yogurt. I know people do it in Instant Pots. I've never actually made it before. I might be too cheap to make it. Hello, Hazel. Hello, how you doing? Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I don't remember what episode it was, but saying that makes me think of Winnie the Pooh. I feel like he was talking about Wednesday once. You could put it in bread, no sugar needed. Wouldn't it be quite wet? Wouldn't it be kind of soggy? I think I'm just ornery. I don't know what. Clearly, I shouldn't grow rhubarb. There's nothing that I really want to do with it. I like savory stuff. Don't have enough culture to make yogurt. You just became a pain in my hubby's butt because now I want all the Lego flowers. No. I'm doing him a favor because now he has a super easy to select, guaranteed to go over well gift for any occasion. You know? They should pay me. Available at a variety of price points. I got one for my birthday. I got one for Valentine's Day. It was great. Goes over great every time. Mother's Day will be easy. Exactly. Yeah, they're fun. They're fun to put together. I like really taking my time over Lego. I like to just sort of sit by myself at the table and I like to organize all of the pieces out and sort them and then look at the instructions. Like I sort them before I've even looked at the instructions. I put them into little piles and I try to like make them sit not completely square, but like, you know, like right side up sort of thing. And then I'll look in the instructions and I'll figure out which ones that I need. It's very satisfying. I don't know if I'm going to disassemble these ones when I move or if I'm going to just kind of put them into like a paper, like a Ziploc bag or something so that if anything does come off of them, it doesn't go too far. I'm not sure. I'm trying to manifest moving. I don't have a place yet, but I'm just trying to like believe. I'm trying to force it into existence. The first couple weeks of house hunting, I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll drive out in this direction if we can put together like 3 or 4 showings at once. And now I'm like, oh, hey, there's one new listing 2 hours away. I'll be there in a bit. Gassing up the car now. See ya. Had a beach paradise Lego when I was a kid. Oh. I had Lego for sure. I never had Lego sets though. That wasn't, it either wasn't a thing or it wasn't a thing I was ever exposed to. We just had boxes of random Lego and then you would just make whatever you felt like making out of them. I don't think I got super into it, to be honest with you. Maybe I'm just not that creative of a kid. I liked my dolls. I liked books. I just think I just failed to build anything particularly appealing. When my hubby and I were house hunting, it took us about 7 months to find our dream house. The only forest on the block. Nice. Yeah, I'm hoping that whatever it is, it's perfect for me. It's not going to be perfect because I don't have perfect money and also because I don't think perfect exists, but I've become very finely tuned aware of the things that you can change eventually, the things that you can live with until you can eventually change them, and then the things that you cannot change for any amount of money or time. And I think those are kind of good things to keep an eye on when you're looking at houses because, you know, there's things that are easy to change, things that are hard but possible to change, and then there's like, this is on a busy street that you can't really see out of when you pull out of it. That will always be like that. Or like there's noise here, or there's an airport right here, or there's, you know, there's things that you can change and things you can't change. Couldn't change if there weren't old trees. Yeah, I like trees a lot, but I'm nervous when they're close to the house because we get horrific windstorms here. So not only do you have insurance costs because the insurance is worried about the trees coming into the house, but you also have the roots getting into your septic and getting into your water mains and getting into your perimeter drains, getting into your gas lines. Like there's, I love trees, but I like places a heck of a lot better when the trees are like a nice little distance away from any of the actual infrastructure, because a lot of these places, those repairs are like $10,000+ if something happens, and things do happen. Don't find perfect, you carve out perfect from what you have. Took us a year to get a house because it had to be timed perfect for us selling our old home and finding what we wanted as well. That seems so hard. I'm lucky that that's not what I'm doing this time because first time buying, so I'm on a lease, but I'm on a month-to-month lease, so I just have to give 30 days notice. But it's a lot of people seem like they have to put like these conditions where it's like, we will buy this, but we need to sell this first, and then it's a whole thing. Property lines, more like guidelines. Another fear unlocked over my future house. Sorry, I'm a big fountain of house fears. At the end of the day, you can walk along the street and you can see 150 houses, and they all have different things wrong with them, but they're all still standing, you know, and they're things that you can kind of plan for and budget for and manage. You don't really have to fix any of it yourself if you don't want to or feel up to it. You can source people to help you work on them and to do quotes for working on them. It's just something that I think you're going to keep kind of a triage list and keep some savings for. And sometimes you can get them fixed before, like you find out in inspection, you can either get a price concession or you can get it fixed before you move in if there's something that's like pressing when you're looking at the house, and you can always walk away. But having seen a fair few houses right now, I've come to understand it's not a question of is there something wrong, it's what's wrong and how badly is it wrong, because there's something wrong with all of them. At least where I live anyway. These are old houses in an extremely wet climate. There's gonna be stuff wrong. Triage. Yeah, water heaters, AC units are, if you live in a place that has built-in AC units. These places will have water heaters, and it's important to know how old it is, but that's something that you can fix for under $5,000 generally. You can replace them. At this point, I'm mainly concerned about things that are going to cost 10 grand plus to change, things like roofs and perimeter drains and exploding water mains and etc. Some things get into 5+ figures really quickly. Brand new, never lived in, got the driveway poured this week. Very nice. Lovely. If the foundation, yeah, if it needs like a new foundation, then yeah, that's a no for me. I'm not gonna pick something that needs the foundation report. It can be done, but that's and I've seen some places that have it done where they literally lift the house and jack it up, and then over the course of like a year, they're working on new foundations for under it. It's a thing that happens, but that's gone 5 figures, and that's into 6 figures, right? Yeah, there's some things. From the sounds of it, some things you can just fix with some spit and gum. Put a little sealant here, put a little sealant here, a little bit of new weather sealant here. Lasagna, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. It wasn't until I said the name that I heard it. That was funny. Getting anxious about the bathtub in our apartment. It was leaked once to the apartment below us, and I'm afraid it's going to happen again. Yeah, that's always stressful. I had a plumbing issue in a couple of apartments ago where it wasn't even our place that was having the problem, but because of where it was, they needed to come into our bathroom and rip out our toilet and stuff. And it was the only bathroom in the apartment, so they had to they ended up giving us keys for a vacant apartment that was across the complex for if we needed to use the bathroom during ever. Because it was out for weeks, and there was workers in the apartment every day, and it was I did not like that at all. What are you doing? I am looking for eggs. I have 100, so I'm ready to buy my next piece, and I think I'm gonna go try Donegal next. If Barnacles is able to go to Donegal, which I think he can. I'm pretty sure he's already been. Mostly need electrical reflexed. Yeah, I've been looking at that. There is one place, the place that I almost bought was going to need some electrical work eventually. It was going to be move-in ready for a while, but it was going to need some doing in the short to medium term. These wings were off of the trading post. So these ones I don't think are currently available, but they put more wings in different colors on the trading post every now and then. Occasionally. So not currently available, but they do come around sometimes. Hi, kitty. But let's stop thinking about scary things that can happen with houses that are expensive and think about nice things. What if there's a bird that visits? What if there's a bird that comes to sit in the tree and it goes tweet, 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 and then you realize that it brought another bird and that they're in bird love, and then after another 6 months you hear a cheep, 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 and then you're like, oh, they had babies. And then you just kind of hope that the hawks don't find it. We were gonna buy, next on my list is the pristine floral stalk. It's a polearm. Here we go. We just need one more thing. Da-da-da. They can make a home in the attic. Ooh, I don't know about that one. I don't know about all that. My house had Tangalos in the back. I have to Google that. It sounds like a typo for the Pokemon Tangela, and that can't possibly be what you mean. What is a Tangelo? Oh, they're fruit. That sounds nice. I thought I was looking for a bird. Happy things, Hazel. No hawks. I mean, hawks would be really cool as long as they're not, like, eating baby birds that I've grown attached to and assigned names to. I love ravens. I love, love, love ravens. They're so cool. You get them around here. Occasionally in the city, but more often you have to go someplace either mountainous or by the rivers or lakes or ocean. And then you'll kind of get into raven territory. Friendly hawks. Yeah, some of the places have mature fruit trees, although they always neglect to mention what kind of fruit. And I'm going to need to, like, bring a chart so I can figure it out because nobody ever knows. Because, like, decorative apples are a whole different animal from apples that you can eat. Both of them will attract bears, but one of them is actually nice to make jam out of. I'm going to Dornagon. Up this way. We need 100 more eggs, and I'm going to get my last ones up here. I can't believe it's almost 11 o'clock already. This has been fun. I guess I could look at the new scenario thing. I don't really know anything about it or what you get from it. I suppose that would be the thing, is just to look, find an article somewhere or find a vendor where I can browse the different things that are available from it. Okay, so I think it's going to be eggs in this area. This is, I think, where the egg hunt is going to be. Yeah, here they are. This general garden. Oh, yeah. There's an egg. Had a tree that fell over during wind. Turned out to have been a pear. Oh. If I was not renting, I would plant a blood orange tree. I love citrus, and you can do citrus here, but you don't really do in-ground citrus. You would have to do potted because you would need to bring them in and outside because we get, our winters are not very citrus compatible. Okay, so there was one. I need to get a feel for where they all are. Behind things? On top of things? Underneath things? I mean, the bushes. I'm definitely in the right spot because we got two. So they exist. This may be the worst spot of all. This area on the map. Stone Shaper's Atrium. Sort of North Dornegal. Did it on my uncapped hunter earlier. If we move somewhere warm, we want to plant some sort of citrus tree. I want to plant cherries. We had a cherry tree in my backyard as a kid, and they were so yummy. And it was pretty easy too. It was pretty happy. We planted it when we moved in, and before we moved out, it was like making lots of cherries. It did not take very long to get established. The house that I'm currently renting has hummingbirds in the trees all around. Last spring, they're really bold. Get right up in your face and talk to you. We've been working on planting flowers and shrubs in our yard. Nice. I love, love, love seeing hummingbirds on flowers in my balcony. They like the tube-shaped ones. They also like the flowers in my rosemary bush, or they did before my rosemary bush died of horrific neglect. They're fun. It's fun to be outside just to hear the vroom because they're just zipping right by you. Let's try this upper level here. Any eggies? Hello? It's cute that there are eggs in Dornegal. I'm starting to feel like I'm going to get my last 100 in Elwyn Forest, though. This is pretty bad. They're pretty spread out. This may be the worst. I mean, maybe it's just because I don't know where they all are yet. My rosemary bush died because I failed to water it even remotely sufficiently. It was in a planter, and it had honestly kind of outgrown the planter, which was part of the problem. And it was kind of shallow, and I just, like, don't really water things until summertime. And it definitely needed to be watered before then. It was depressing, but kind of nice. When I was taking it out of the planter, it smelled really good. I was like ripping this dead corpse of a rosemary bush out. It was like, oh, that smells amazing. I'm gonna do it again. Are you sure you want to take up gardening? Of course! Show me a gardener who's never killed a plant. And I will say, goody for you. It's the, the nice thing about it is you get to try again. I feel like you cannot look on having a plant die as a moral failing. Otherwise, you will not make it through your life. You just won't. There's going to be some trial and error. There's going to be mistakes. We are human. We do our best. Things are going to die. I have a tendency, especially with my houseplants, to just kind of trial by fire, where they can either live with me and they'll do fine, or they won't. If a plant is doing poorly with me, I will try two things. I will maybe remove it somewhere. I will maybe change the pot. And if it's still not happy, I'll be like, well, it wasn't meant to be. Compost. I have enough plants that do just fine that I don't need to twist my life out of whack to cater to something that's fussy. So I just tend to not do fussy plants. Recommendation for gearing up a fresh 80. Yes. So the first thing I do on a fresh 80, if it's an alt, I will take it to my warbank and I'll see if I stashed any warbound gear. If not, no problems. I will do my weekly boxes to get 2 pieces of veteran gear. So those could be from like your Dornagal Weekly, Theater Troop, Awakening the Machine, Surge Pricing in Undermine, Hellofall chests, the Ashgahet Weekly as well will work. Anyway, you do at least 4 of those boxes. 2 of them will give you veteran pieces, and then all 4 of them will give you keys. And you take those and you do delves. Ideally, you get into a delve 8, and you're going to get a champion piece from the end of that with your key. It's hard to do delve 8s on a freshly geared character, but it's also kind of fun and exciting. And it's not too bad if your brain is geared up, or if you can find somebody else to run with you. So I do 4 8s in a week, and I try to get a map on at least one of them. It usually happens by default, so that gives me 4 champion pieces plus a hero piece, and then I had 2 veteran pieces from earlier. At that point, you'll have some undercoins, so if you have any pieces that are really behind, you can go to the undercoin vendor and buy like 1 or 2 pieces of veteran gear there. If you have resonance crystals, you can get champion gloves from the Undermine Cartels of Undermine vendor if you have reputation with them. Also, all of the reputations, if you're done with them, you can get a free key from each of them, so that'll give you some extra pieces of champion gear from Bountiful Delves. And yeah, you can get a good mix of kind of veteran / champion gear just from doing the rep vendors, undercoins, and delves. And that usually gets me up to about 637 to 640 in about the first week. You can craft as well, and you can also take your character to the Siren Isle to get a Circe Circlet Ring if you're feeling very gung-ho. And that should get you, especially once if you've done some upgrades in your first week, to about 642, which is plenty to get into a normal raid. That's what I've been doing. I'm not allowed to compost the foxtail heads. Yeah, I bet not. How about the plant app? Oh man, how can we ever grow things without an app to tell us what to do? I like, I've enjoyed using the Plant ID app in the past, although I found it's definitely not perfect. But I've kind of let go of that. I'm a little bit, I don't know, over it. Thanks so much for the information. Pretty daunted by gearing alts. If I was going to summarize the whole spiel, I would just say delves. Delves are a great place to get started. Weeklies and delves. Is pretty much what you're looking at. I'm going to Elwyn Forest. This sucks. There are eggs here and I can't find them, so I'm going back to where I know where to find them. Yeah. Suspicious of plant apps. A lot of plant information online is good, but a lot of it is either dependent on factors that do not apply universally. So people will swear by certain practices, but they won't consider that they live in a certain place that maybe has certain amounts of humidity or lighting or whatever, and that what worked really well for that person might not work for somebody else. Or sometimes you just end up with disinformation. And I feel like in any hobby space online, the advice that ends up boiling to the surface is going to be this kind of like hyper-specific, overly fussy advice that is diminishing returns for most people. It's not strictly necessary. internet communities about any hobbies, plants included, have a real way of overcomplicating things and then making you overwhelmed. I feel like there's a lot of stuff where you can just kind of step back, try something basic, see how it goes. Certainly you can Google problems if you're having them, but like there's all kinds of different things that Reddit or whatever is going to tell you to do that are not strictly necessary. Yeah, some people never happy unless they complicate things. At the end of the day, sometimes you just have to turn off your phone, try something for yourself, and then, iterate if it doesn't go perfectly. I've kind of let go of needing things to go perfectly on my first, second, or third try. I'm just happy that I tried something and didn't just sit on my couch scrolling. On days that happens anyway. I'm going to take a short break, and when I come back, we're going to get the rest of these eggs and get our final transmog. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Let's see here. We are... How many eggies? Need another, 80 or so. We can do that. Somebody turn me into a witch. How dare you reveal my final four? Oh, man. There's this one. Excited to get these done today. They're cute transmugs. This one and this one. So those of you who have done the new, Nightfall event, the Hallowfall content, are we happy? Do we like it? Is it fun? Is it interesting? What are we saying? Cute look for egg hunting. Did it in a PTR. Was the event bugged? Super buggy. Okay. Not a bad time to procrastinate then. Like Grand Hunt, but smaller. Okay. I liked Grand Hunt well enough. Bugged. Okay. All right, well, good to know. I feel a little less bad about not worrying about it yet. Had to run it twice to get credit. Bet the bugs are the same as in the Grand Hunt. Oh, I'm bun. Yeah, the eggs here are just so much closer together. I think it also helps that I know where they are. And I've done this area so long that I kind of know what to look for. Use your army of alts to farm rep. Kind of nice. Okay. Are there cool... Do we like the cosmetics? I'm assuming there's cosmetics. Bar never completed. Got to 88% and it stopped. I guess what I need to do is maybe after we get this last egg transmog, I'm going to look and see... if I can find, I'm sure there must be a Wowhead article that kind of goes over all of the rewards from it. Because I guess what I'm looking for is how have they incentivized this? Why are we doing it? Why do we care? Hallowfall sets, but purpley and then white/black. Okay. Colors are good for them? Void cat mount. All right. I could be convinced with a void cat mount. That sounds more or less up my alley. Alley cat? Catch-up system for alts? Oh. Indigo instead of the usual red, white, yellow, or teal. Okay. I'm not even sure if I have all of those sets originally. Yeah, maybe we'll take a look tomorrow. Maybe they'll have it, tomorrow afternoon. Maybe they'll have it kind of patched by then and working a little bit more consistently. Well, thank you, Ainini. Appreciate it very much. Here. Ripe for hot fixes. They're just so ready. Do 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 do. When are we done? How many? Oh yeah, lots of eggs. Because if we're not going to check that out after this, I have about 50 minutes left in stream, a little under an hour left in stream. After we're done with the eggs, if I wasn't going to do the Hallowfall event, I think I would probably turn my attention to alt leveling. There's definitely still weekly stuff that I want to do on my alts, but I don't think I'm going to make you guys watch that. I think I'll find some other time to do it. I've made you watch me do weeklies for 3 weeks straight. We can do something new. Eggs. Bit buggy when you have that many people around. Yeah, true. Because I'm going to make an arcane mage. That's going to be my next alt. I'm going to make a mage. It's going to be arcane. The other 2 specs will be dead to me. And I need to have a long, hard look at the character creation screen and decide what exactly I want that vibe to be. Think about what kind of outfits that I've been dying to wear, what kind of races that I like or don't like or have or don't have. Plus, Arcane Mage just looks fun right now, and I've always enjoyed the visuals of it. I've always felt like the purple crystally effects are really pretty. Got my new pet. Thank you very much. Oh, congrats, Andressa. Thanks for choosing me for it. Hi, kitty. Welcome back. Will you help me warm up? I'm getting kind of chilly. You want to sit in my lap? Hi. I was brushing her yesterday. I have a bunch of new brushes-ish that I got for Moose that I've been using to help him de-shed. Or shed. I don't really know which is the correct version of that. Helping to get his undercoat out for spring anyway. I've got some different undercoat rakes. I got a Equa Groomer and then another one to go with his slicker brush. And sometimes when I'll have his brushes out, I will also try them on Kira if she's around. And she's so funny in that she'll kind of like snake around and be like, oh, I don't know about this. But then she keeps coming back. Like I think she is iffy on the actual grooming, but I think she likes the attention. She just likes feeling like you're spending time together and you're doing something for her. Recently made an old lady white-haired arcane mage. That is fun. Hi, honey. Hi. Mwah. You're a little grunty. Nice kitty. Young Arathi priest. Insist. What? That's a sentence. Don't have the Earth into level 50 achievement yet. Made one today to take advantage of the winds buff for it. Nice. Squirming while staring into middle distance. Okay. One of my cats will wander in after I shower to yell at me until I put her on our top towel shelf and brush her coat out. Aww. That's very cute. My cat and my dog both like to come in after a shower because they both want to lick water off of your ankles. Sometimes they'll do it at the same time, and I'm just like, this is so cute and so weird. Things you do inside your own house with the doors closed. I feel like Draenei females make good mages, which the robes look better on them. Yeah, the Lightforged Draenei they have nice tails. You got jewelry for the tails. Got sucked into the anniversary stuff. Yeah, I haven't been feeling very inspired by my Earthen either. I get that. A lot of my alts have been Horde lately, which makes me want to make the Mage Alliance, but I feel like I should just take each race on face value. See what speaks, you know. To Earthen, Horde Mage, and an Alliance Hunter. Nice. I made a Hunter, but I was just leveling him during Lunar Festival because I was flying around doing Elders anyway, and I figured I may as well get some free leveling experience for it for exploration. Trimmed my alt count down to 50. Oh, some that I want to level. We'll see. Hey, that's a big purge for you because you were quite close to cap, right? Yeah, my hunters are always BM. Occasionally, every once in a blue moon, I will make one marks, but they're almost always BM. Good to hear your voice today. Happy gaming. Oh, thanks for being here. Ended up at 65 once. So that was cap. Yeah. Got rid of some I made for stream events. I don't know how many characters I have. I know I'm not really close to cap. I tend to delete them if I don't feel like I'm ever gonna want to play them again. That's usually my metric. Is that an egg? Nope. It is an egg, but it's not the egg. get too attached to mine. Started having to think about it when they did remix. Yeah, I have a bunch of remix alts left over that... I mean, I have played some of them. I actually geared up my Goblin Hunter. That was very fun. You can ask whatever you like. You may or may not get an answer, depending on what the question is. I guess if the question's really wild, you could get banned. It's dangerous. It's always dangerous in a stream to ask if you can ask something, because sometimes a streamer won't see all of your messages. Not through, like, malicious skipping, but just because, like, sometimes your eyes will just glaze over and you just won't catch something. So there's every chance that they saw your ask to ask question, but then they missed the actual question. I've done that before, like, completely by accident. Do I know where to take the Horrific Quest chain? It's not in yet, I don't think. I think Horrific Visions is not in. If they added a lead-in quest chain, then I'm not sure. I haven't done a lot of patch content yet. It's possible that it hasn't been added. But chat will know better than I will. Not until May, yeah. These guys are good at stuff like that. It's almost time for the Backstreet Boys song. I can't believe how fast April went. It's kind of insane. It's in a month. Honestly, asking chat and not me is a pretty good bet. You guys keep up a lot better than I do these days. I used to be a pretty decent repository of trivia, and I still know some things if they're related to stuff I've been personally doing. But I have, I stopped keeping up with the Wowhead headlines when I stopped doing news videos. And I'm happier for it, but it also means that I'm way more out of touch. The who song? The Backstreet Boys song. It's gonna be May. You gotta play it. I mean, you don't gotta, but it's a good one to play at the end of April. Hi. Nice kitty. Oh no, you have to play. Out of touch is the best way to enjoy a game. Maybe not for performance, but for enjoyment. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. It helps me skip a lot of the things that parts of the community get like kind of worked up about. Even if they're not relevant to me, I feel like sometimes I'm happier if I just never find out what was going on. Because a lot of the kind of WoW controversies don't affect me in any meaningful way. And it's just kind of quieter to not work about them all. See you later. Is it NSYNC? Is it not Backstreet Boys? What am I thinking of? Tearing up my heart. Is that Backstreet Boys too? I get them mixed up. Sometimes I enjoy a game, then I read how everyone hates it, and suddenly I can't view the game the same. I am like that with movies. I have to skim reviews to find out if a movie is worth putting on, because I have watched some true slop. I have watched some horrible movies where I was like, I really should have just checked. A little squint at the Rotten Tomatoes would have given me a hint that this was terrible. So I'll check reviews, but I have to just kind of like squint at the general rating and not read any of them, because otherwise I won't completely form my own opinions. I'll just like adopt whatever somebody else said first. I like reading reviews, but I have to watch it for myself first. Thanks for who gave me the sub. Would have been Nordrasil. Nordrasil did a big gift subs earlier. Are we? Oh, we have 100. We have actually 110. We have more eggs than we need. Time to buy the final transmog, and then I think it's time for me to have a good think about my next hold. So there we go. Violet Floral Edge dagger. Lovely. And then I can probably just delete a bunch of these extra cosmetics that we've got. He's picked up a lot of tuxedo shirts. They must fold up very teeny tiny. Morning, gamers. Good morning, pre-made. Also do this with restaurants. Then I stop and think of the people who go out of their way to review a restaurant or those who had a negative opinion. Yeah. I will try to bear that in mind when I'm skimming reviews. If I read negative ones, I'll try to see if there's like a common thread of what people didn't like about it. But yeah, people that are happy are much more likely to not leave a review, or they'll leave like a star rating, but they won't actually write about it. Okay, so let's put him away. How's the new content? Haven't really done anything new. I did some of the old content that we already had and got more rep for it, and that was fun. I got some Noblegarden mogs for eggs. Got the new weapon. I think it's gonna be mage time. These are my alts that I have so far. There's my priest. There's my warlock. I had a lot of fun on her last week. Hunter and then paladin, of course. I do have the 1800 pet achievement. Yes. Nice cool tiered fellow there. Oh yeah. I feel like the way that is it supposed to be a shirt? It is supposed to be a shirt that just kind of like has long shirt tails. The way that they're framing his buns is kind of a lot. Okay. So my one mage that I already have at 70, she is a Pandaren. She is here somewhere. There she is. She's cute. This isn't what we're doing though. I can't with the Pandarens. All right. It's going to be a mage. It's going to be arcane. And I'm going to get a lot of suggestions and I'm going to ignore all of them. I need to feel this one out. Human female is a high possibility. This is a strong option. I wanted to do a human female caster. It was one of the options that I had up for warlock, and then I ended up doing undead. So this is an option. Listen to the KT, you're cheeked up. The two races in vote. I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest. Night Elf mages, I know they let Night Elves be mages a long time ago, but they're weird to me. I do have to check. I have to consider that I could be... We've got both options here. Gnomes are very cute. I think I'm ruling out gnome and mechanome on the strength of I have gnome caster already. That's my main. I want something that feels a bit different. It's gonna be an arcane mage. I kind of wish I could make her have the purple magic on her hands just to kind of see it. No. Every time I ended up out of visage form, it would jump scare me. I think that the visage form looks amazing. Probably not. Let me look at the hair. It's giving the antagonist from the D&D movie. I wish I could be a gnome paladin because I love the look of the mushroom set. What kind of hairstyles do we have over here with light forge? They have some nice hair. I feel like that's kind of cool. I'll think about it. What do Lightforge get for their racials again? They get the AoE. They erupt when they die. Hilarious. Holy damage resist, XP from demons. Okay, so it's pretty bad. Yeah, they get the big kaboom. Regular Draenei get the heal. Cool thing with Drakthir non-evokers is it doesn't switch between your visage as much. It's still gonna drive me nuts anytime that I see it like on my loading screen. I don't think I'm gonna do a dwarf. Dwarves are great. Dwarves have amazing racials. I don't think this is me though. I like Coltirin. It might end up being like a shaman though. Oh. She might end up being a shaman. Mechanomes have great racials, but I'm not doing that again. I've done it before. Yeah, that's true. You can do a Cultier Air mod. Love the heal on mages because you don't have much otherwise. Yeah, that would be like a regular Dracthyr. They have some newer hairstyles as well. Let's see. You would need to make that kinda. Oh yeah, I have red as well. I forgot. I don't have a lot of female Draenei. I have a male Draenei somewhere. I like the enormous hair. What do they let you do? Different tail jewelry and stuff. I think it's the bun before this one that does one of the longer cuts. Over in Horde, we have orcs. I just did an undead. I think the Tauren are a no-go. I think Nightborn's too on the nose. And I've done that before. I like male blood elves. But Anthus just did that. Same thing with goblins. I feel like I just did a goblin. Absolutely not. Not exactly feels very arcane. What about a male void elf? Let me look at this. I'm somebody who thinks I don't like beards, but then when I make characters without them, I'm like, why is your face all funny? What's missing from this picture? Enjoy playing against type, Tauren casters, elf fighters, etc. Oh, I didn't realize you could do... I think the red eyes default you to that. It's kind of cool. It would be a better Shadow Priest than anything, but... Spooky. Wow, they only have the one page of options still. What are you, Avatar? I know gnomes are like that as well, I think. Not a ton of options. He looks so silly. Oh man. He looks like any number of villainous characters from old fantasy things. Need blood elf hair options? Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. Or just more choices. I do kind of love this with like the insane Widow's Peak. It's not even the... Actually, that's the insane Widow's Peak. If we add tentacles, what do the other hairstyles look like? Saki hair effect. I never do that one. I have not spent a lot of time on void elves in my life. I feel like this is calling to me. Probably without the tentacle. It's just giving ding dong, someone's here, you know, like he's just gonna get pranked. Think we'll get body sliders? Doubt it. Doesn't feel like a very Blizz thing to do. But I also would have said that they would never give us housing, so I could be wrong. I feel like that's kind of striking. You gotta kiss the cat every 20 minutes. It's the rule. Grumpy. I mean, they're all kind of grumpy, but I like how some of them are like, happy grumpy, and then they're like, grumpy. Good day. Bad day. Good day. Bad day. Good day. Someone else's bad day. They're all like functionally the same. Also, I don't think I ever look at my character's face as much as I do during character creation. So like I'll pick something and I'll never see it again. That really does look like someone else's bad day. Okay, I'm kind of living for this. The actual white hair, I feel like I like it in the super platinum blonde. And then I think with like dark robes is gonna look really cool. It's not gonna look very interesting, mind you, but and it looks like if you want those red eyes, you kind of have to go that gray skin tone. They don't let you do it otherwise. That looks so tacked on. It doesn't match at all. A lot of the helms clip the hair anyway. I'm not a big helmet wearer. I don't usually put helmets on my casters. Not unless they're like little halos or like just things that don't actually sit on hair. All right. Love it. It's kind of Vellany. Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. Should I put him? Sorry, boppin'. Actually. Well, no, I can't do Great Anthus. He looks distinct enough from my Blood Elf, I feel like. I need to mog him for sure. At least he starts at level 10. He'll get the experience buff from the get. Alright. Lock in and give it a look.
The Void.
I haven't been a Void Elf in a long time.
Its whispers
I always felt like their teleport racial, the rift that you fire at, spatial rift maybe it's called, was too smart for me. I felt like I was too dumb to do it good. And I feel like combining that, Alter Time, and Blink, and I'm gonna have some learning to do. I'm gonna need to do some real learning. I do remember when I thought I was gonna be a Void Elf Vespers main, I was so convinced too. I was all in. They made it better. Oh, really? I didn't know they changed anything. Yeah.
Wield the shadows
Oh, I
as
guess
a
we're almost
weapon to save our world and defend the Alliance.
All right. First stop. Hazel's UI. Good. Second stop. Auto loot. Third stop. Action bars. Boom, 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 boom. And then heirlooms, of course. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a neck piece. That should more or less do it. And because he starts at level 10, we're actually going to be able to mog pretty much right away. I'm going to be an arcane mage. Oh, I have not tried the new cooldown UI stuff. Edit mode. encounter bar. It defaults to off. You need to turn on options. Okay. Oh. Alright. Wait, I can't move it? How do I move it? Don't tell me it lives there only. I don't want to hear that. That's terrible. Expand options? I have advanced options. What else do I need? Those were already turned on. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, jeez. Okay. So you're not gonna be picking which buffs you're tracking then. Interesting. Yeah. Essential cooldowns, tracked buffs, utility cooldowns. Okay. I think I'm going to try leaving them where they are for now and just see how we feel. Okay. Ice block. Encounter slow. Can't be mad at that. And then we gotta move some of these things. And that's gonna be conjure food, slow fall, ice block, warband stuff. I'll probably grab some, I'll use the map. There's my buff. There's blink. That's a mount. Spatial rift. Oh yeah. 3 minutes, okay. Sheep. Kick. Arcane explosion. Fire blast and thingy. Oh, invis as well. They give you quite a few buttons to begin with, eh? Oh, prismatic barrier. I should read it. Shield you with an arcane force, absorbing damage, reducing damage taken. Okay, so just like a nice defensive. Love that. And then arcane blast and arcane orb. Okay. Launches an orb forward from your position. I kind of hope they would just start me off with, like, I don't know, less. Traveling 40 yards. Grants an arcane charge. Generates an arcane charge. Okay. I don't think I have any spenders for that yet. Maybe 11. Yeah, level 11 arcane barrage consumes arcane charges. Okay. Let's see what kind of add-ons he has on. Let's make sure that we have all... can't aim all good for sure. We're going to give him... Leatrix. Oh, Low Eyes, thank you very much for the 9-month resub. Appreciate it. Wish I could select what I want displayed without the ability to customize it. Yeah, I think it's better than nothing for a character, for a player that doesn't want to touch weak auras but wants some of that weak aura-like tracking. It's probably a lot better than nothing, but I was kind of interested to see how they handled like spell flanking, whether or not you can toggle things in or out of there, and it looks like you can't. At least in this current version. Did the reach opening yesterday? Party frames didn't show up during the dungeon. Oh dear. We're gonna grab a bit of gold so that we can transmog. Just take 100 gold there. Take 1,000 gold. I'm going to put him on a Brutosaur. He's also going to need a expedition, because we'll need to make him an outfit. That's one nice thing about starting on an allied race, is that you're already level 10 and you can already mount up and immediately fix your transmog. Question is, what do I want him to wear? This could take a while. We could go from anything from like a whole mage set. He could be ready for summer. There's probably some neat things for him kind of in the older, or maybe even in the Venthyr kind of, yeah, territory. That's kind of cool. I don't know if it's very magey, but it's kind of neat. Do we have any stabs that really inspire me? I know I could also forget the staff and I could just mog a back piece. Void Song's kind of cool. I don't know if it goes with this set though. I prefer to see mages with pants. Seeing my legs matters to me. Also Harvester's Court attire. Yeah, I like skirts on casters for the most part. Interesting. Okay, got some options. I'll probably take more time to make something later. I do want to cast like 1 or 2 spells today. Just once or twice.
May your feet find good trails.
Oh, he doesn't need that cloak actually. Also, the belt is kind of annoying me. The belt is like moving in a weird way. We can take the belt off. And we can take the cloak off as well. That's a bit better. I do think he's buttoned up a lot. I think all of my male Blood Elf characters are gonna probably be the unbuttonings type, but we'll see. Ice Block is amazing for when you're panicking and you just need a moment to think about your options. I will have to spec into that at some point. Alright, let me see. Here's my buff. Here's my prismatic barrier. That lasts for like a minute.
What can I do for you? Welcome, friend.
Let's go find Chromie. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to get a mount.
I wish to greet you personally. The Void Elves may
I like how I've basically just decided that he's a Venthyr. Stick him on a bat. He's the most gothic thing that I can come up with for Alliance anyway. I didn't anticipate my arcane mage being kind of a little bit of a goth, but we're moving with it. We're working on it. I'm probably going to do the same thing I always do, which is pick Cataclysm and level in the old-fashioned zones.
I look forward to hearing of your progress.
I just love them a lot.
Tells me we will speak again soon. Safe travels.
New Dark Fuse black trench coat would look good. Lovely dress, solid. Some of the nice wider belts. Okay, so I need to make sure we take Aerial Halt off the bar because it's a trap. Pretty much the only things I keep are, yeah, these ones. So up, forward, good. Won't get the satchels unless you're in Dragon Isles, and then Kazalgar. I don't know if I'm going to get him to level 70 anyway. Oh, actually, you know what? What does it say? Kills on the Dragon Isles and Kazalgar, right. Okay, so if I want to get those, then I should level him in the Dragon Isles. I suppose I could do that. I suppose that's fine. Alright, alright, alright. You got a good point. Why not use Aerial Halt? Because it stops you. Who wants that? If I want to stop, I'm just going to click the button to get off my mount. If I'm on my bird, it's because I want to go. I got places to be. So we're going to leave. Dragonflight. Recommended. It's good for landing. Yeah, so's dismounting, though. Look, I'm going, and I want to stop. You know. I mean, I guess you, like, lose 1 vigor, but it doesn't usually ruin my life. I do have slow fall. Okay. Meet Rathian. Teleport to near Rathian's location. It's gonna be, like, 10 feet from me. Yep. Have never used Aerial Halt. It was more important back when you could not use old-fashioned flying in Dragonflight for people that wanted to herb and were having a hard time landing on things.
I am pleased
but now, if it was really important to fly in that way, you would just toggle to old-fashioned flying.
Lord Commander.
During the dark days of the Cataclysm, the aspects made great sacrifices to...
Yeah, it's true. It does refund a vigor if you're going fast enough. But it's also, if you fat finger it when you didn't want to, it's going to ruin your life. I can't stand it. I take it off my bar every time. Orders delivered, artisans recruited, all this stuff. I did this so many times back during Dragonflight, and I not once since. Okay. Yeah, maybe this is finally my Void Elf era. I don't know when they added those red eyes or if they always had them. I think it's kind of cool. I might have made one earlier if I'd seen this option. Okay. And then, oh, I can blink. That's fun. Frost is the way. I am an arcane mage. I want to play arcane. I want to do purple stuff. I think they added in Shadowlands. Oh, went too far. I should pick a title for him. There's a lot of, like, kind of emo-feeling titles that would sort of go. Anything that, like, is super dramatic and taking itself very seriously. Inquisitor. There we go. I don't think it really matches with the Arcane Mage vision, but I didn't want something that was too on the nose anyway. Oh, it would make sense if it was from the Dark Ranger questline. I completely forgot about that. Okay. So we can go. I think they're just going to let me port. I don't think I've ever leveled from 10. No, that's Darnassus. That's Dragon House. I don't think I've ever leveled from 10 in Dragonflight. I know that's how they've been encouraging people to do it, but I hadn't done it. How long has it been since you last played Arcane? With any degree of seriousness, Cataclysm. So a minute. The rotation at that time consisted of Arcane Blast, Arcane Blast, Arcane Blast, Arcane Blast, Arcane Blast. Evocation? Arcane Blast, Arcane Blast, Arcane Blast. That was kind of the vibe. That was what I liked about it, was funny. It was a meme spec because it was literally like a 1.5 button spec. Okay, so I have charges. I'm going to turn off my personal resource display. I don't think I need this twice. Throw in a barrage every once in a while. I mean, back then that was just a way to reset your stacks, which was a mistake. At the time, anyway. Or at least it felt like it to me. Because if you were in a raid fight, then sure. But you wouldn't really run out of mana fighting most things. Interesting. Okay. So I just opened one of those first mysterious satchels. It gave me a lantern offhand, a deviate fish to eat. It gave me a potion. It gave me a bottle of mysterious wisdom, which gives me a 2-hour extra rep buff. Or not rep buff, experience buff. It gave me I've got a staff and a robe. Some of those things must have been from before. Oh, and a bag. It gave me a 30-slot bag. That's actually nice. I forgot to buy bags. I was going to do it, and then I didn't do it. Yeah, I'm going to use that XP pot. Hopefully we get enough of them that it's not like a thing. Oh, that's kind of nice. I can just kill stuff like that. Cool. Yeah, this will be cool. I'm glad I'm leveling out here. I don't know what move is correct if I'm meant to be using Frostbolt and Fire Blast. But if they're doing damage, then they're doing damage. Yeah, I got an offhand. I have an heirloom weapon, so I think I'm probably going to end up sticking with those. Do I want to loot this for any reason? I don't think so. So your 4 charges. Greatly enhanced spells such as Arcane Blast, increasing the damage and mana cost, just like before. Arcane Barrage consumes it and lets it hit multiple enemies. Okay. But if I'm not out of mana, I can just wing... Here, forget Frostbolt. I can just wing Arcane Blast on 4 charges and just one-shot stuff while leveling. I could get on board with that. That sounds nice to me. I think I want to undo the... maybe it's fine. I was going to say this deviate fish buff is kind of cramping my brand new alt that I just spent time mogging. Buzz. Hello, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so now we get... I have a buff. You can cast arcane missiles or your next explosion with no mana cost. I don't have arcane missiles yet. I'm sure I get them. Oh, now I do. Okay. There we go. I'm thinking, where are they? They seem important. Bit sleepy. What else is new? How are you? I am good. I'm feeling good. I'm excited. I'm having a lovely stream today. I hadn't streamed since Saturday and I kind of missed it. It was really fun. Replace your frostbolt and blast. Okay. Yeah, I'll take blast off the bar. Purple buttons only. Purple buttons only. Although I don't really see a reason to press anything other than Arcane Blast until I run out of mana. Or I get a proc anyway. You get Arcane Power in... oh no, Arcane Power was a cooldown, wasn't it? I don't recall. Yeah, there's somebody to rescue in here. Yeah, I haven't played Mage in a good long time. Chat might know that one. On a Shaman alt, been sitting on this tune max level for a while now. And now I know why. Okay. I want to get another one of those procs. I haven't cast any arcane missiles yet. They're fun. Then we need Proto-Whelp scales. I love that those things get one shot. I know scaling is kind of wonky for a while. What? I guess it only will hit things that I'm in combat with. I thought that was going to cleave. I'm going to switch those. Just feels like a button that should be on. Can I just like... Arcane okay, that'll work too. Wow, those things die very fast. Normally for my alts I pick up urban mining, and I may still do that. Just for the experience from gathering. I don't think I'm going to get any meaningful amount of gold from it. I can also take tailoring. Unspent talent points, okay. So, decurse, invis for movement speed, ice block. I'll take ice block. I'm going to have to set up a button for it eventually. The arcane urge to make macros that are just casting your spells is normal, but they all use the spell icon for that one spell that was the one button rotation in ancient times. Everything's arcane blast. Oh, speaking of making things look funny on your UI, I heard that there is an option in your options now for colors where you can change the color, like if you don't want epic to be purple and rare to be blue anymore, you could make it whatever you want. So like I'm wearing a bunch of heirlooms. Instead of having them be blue, I can make them pink. And now my heirlooms are all pink. You can change them. This seems like something that I'm going to confuse myself with more than anything. Especially when stuff like the original colors have been in use for so long. The fact that they let you do that baffles me. It feels like they let you pick your own class color. I'm gonna make them all pink, and I'm gonna be very confused about my gear. Time to make white gear purple. Yeah, just absolute chaos, anarchy. Yeah, I don't know who asked for that, but I think it's very funny. It's also like a complete color wheel too. You can really pick anything. Oh, some reputation. Have I got another satchel yet? I'm gonna delete some things. That was my old bag. Oh, I made those mana cookies. I need those. Stay in the Waking Shores. Oh, to help with color blindness. That would make sense. That would make more sense than what I was thinking of, which was just chaos. Yeah, it's cool that they let you choose your colors then instead of just doing a couple of presets. I'm gonna mess all mine up and never be able to fix them. I think you could probably just reset them to default. as well. If you go colors, there is a colorblind mode there. There's also a few different colorblind filters. You can adjust the strength of those. Or, of course, you can... I don't know if there is a reset, actually. Oh, default's here. This category. Okay. Heirlooms were blue. Forgot that heirlooms were blue. I kind of thought they were brown.
May I take this guide? It shows the embassy's many amenities.
Gosh, filling out this form at the beginning of the last expansion feels like yesterday.
New signatures in the visitor's
Made the poor color darker gray. Makes it more obvious to me now. I swear they were tan colored, right? I think they used to be. And then I think artifacts bumped them from tan. But I'm not 1,000% sure about that.
Queen Alexstrasza has far
I'm not 1,000% sure about most things.
you'll find in the Isles.
Hazel, I've been trying this new dessert. You toss green grapes in lime juice, sprinkle sugar on them, and then freeze them. That sounds very refreshing. I love lime juice. I buy limes one at a time so I don't forget about them. Back in Vanilla WoW, they had an artifact as red as the imaginary thing that would never happen. Oh.
Incredible. The elements here surge with power.
Do I really want to do this quest? It does not seem worth it. I guess we've made it this far. I wonder how fast leveling is going to feel once I get finished with this. I don't even know if I'm allowed to skip the cutscene. I know there's a similar one to this. There's a similar quest in, like, Razor Hill. And if you skip the cutscene, it doesn't give you credit for the thing. Yeah, we're almost finished anyway. Oh no.
Can't see a fancy fight with that one.
Oh, there's World Quest too. Always be crafting. True.
Our enemies will fall.
I should pick up some professions. I have this like unexplainable need to make him a tailor, even though I know I do not really care. I'm not going to want to spend any gold on it. I'm not even going to want to save any materials I farm myself that I could have sold for gold. Maybe I'll just do it anyway. He could be a tailor, and then you could have like herbalism or mining or something to help fund his tailoring. Yeah, I'm playing an arcane mage. This is my new alt that I want to do at least like a week of delves on at max level eventually. Because the chance of getting tailoring recipes to drop. That's making it appealing, or? I mean, tailoring is the one profession the armor crafting prof that Flabby doesn't have, so I have to like find tailors whenever I want to get stuff made. So it would make sense. If I was going to do one of them, it would make sense for me to do tailoring. That way whenever I make clothy alts. I didn't make him into a race that would get benefits. There must be some race that gets bonus tailoring, right? I know there's one race that gets bonus all professions. I think it might be Coltirans. Jack of all trades kind of situation. So I've been getting potions. Mysterious potion bottles. Oh, so when I pick up a potion, I get the buff. So I'm getting max health. I got 10% spell haste. Oh, this is kind of cool. And then that 2 hour was the extra experience that I picked up. That one's giving me health, 3% health regen. Wow. I'm going to use my teleport. Yeah, tailoring does just cloth, so it would probably be faster to get knowledge points for. This is kind of fun. I like just tab targeting and just mowing down enemies. He does so much damage. DPS without pets can be tough in Hind Elves. Yeah. Yeah, because my two... I do it on Shadow Priest, but I don't love it. Cloth drops and sell them. It's not bad gold. When he's 70. Yeah. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll make him tailoring herb. I think it'll be fun. Get that mighty level 12 scaling, right? Craft and DE stuff immediately. Yeah. I would do enchanting, but I already have it. I've got enchanting capped on my priest. There are profession trainers here. Although, there's... Why would I learn tailoring now? I should wait until 70 and I can do it in Dragon Isles. Or not Dragon Isles, War Within Zones. Kazalgar. I don't think there's any sense in me making... I mean, I guess for Transmog one day. The world in which I'm doing old professions to craft Transmog, I feel like is a very far away world indeed. It's something I've always kind of sort of thought about, but like not with any great amount of commitment. Finally caught one of your streams. Thank you so much. Welcome. Reached a point where I don't even bother with profs. It's nice to give them gathering, if nothing else, just for the extra experience that you get when you pick up a node along your way. Engineering for wormholes. Yeah, that's smart. That was my move in Shadowlands, because Shadowlands was impossible to navigate without wormhole. Or not impossible, but it was bad. It was big bad.
Only use these signal flares if the situation is dire. But I suppose this is a type of emergency.
I want more of those satchels. They're fun. I wonder how often they're dropped. Oh, I got another one. I have one in my bags. Da-da-da-da. So I got some mysterious sandals, which are actually good. I got some tea that I can't drink yet because I'm not a high enough level. And I got a decaying mecha scrapper construction kit. Interesting. Not a ficus. Thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Interesting. Get rid of a few of these things. Levels, he's 13. He's coming along. I remember when I was leveling my last character up, I noticed that leveling up to 35 was actually slower than leveling after 35. Things weirdly sped up at that point.
I see.
Could not tell you why.
There was a reason for our absence. An ancient rival, the Jarradin, have
Are the
stirred
dragons
violence
here?
once again.
Oh, he should have a pet.
Dragonheart
He should
Outpost
have
has already fallen.
some kind of a pet. Maybe a nice little bat. Especially because he's not a pet class, so he can have one out and not feel crowded.
I will await you. Your rival is not always your enemy. Cadet Sendrax, escort
A lot of
the
RP
adventurer
around
to
here.
Commander Lethenak outside Dragonheart
I wonder if I can still get
Outpost.
this RP while visiting profession trainers, because I think the mining guy is right over here. That's blacksmithing.
Rathian and I will take to the skies and keep the Jarradin contained inside Scalecracker Keep.
There's Herb.
Do hurry along, champion. After all, we wouldn't want the battle to be over.
That's a
before
good
you
start.
even arrive.
May your days
Engage
Oh, they're gonna give me a quest.
Wildlings and
Thanks.
wounded are secure. The rest of the visitors must
Frostmage
remain
used to be a
until
pet
it
class.
is safe to leave the embassy.
What if your Batman gets worried that they're next? So you get these satchels when you are leveling
We each
between
have by
10 and 80 in Dragonflight and Kazalgar zones. So you must level through either Dragonflight or Kazalgar for them.
welcome to the Dragon Isles.
Oh wow. Oh, when did it become noon? My stream time slides out. It's lunchtime. How did that happen? Hang on, I'm not finished my quest yet. I can't go yet. I'm not finished this set of quests. I need to loot a thing. And then fight a little boss. Oh gosh, I don't, that one's an escort. We're not gonna worry about that. But I already got at least one piece of transmog. Not an exciting piece of transmog, but like the boots were a new mog for me from the satchel. And the experience potions seem pretty good too. Legion, I only played Arcane, so I have your Frostmage and Legion. Love that the Elemental hangs out with you all the time. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is where it's at. Oh, I love his casting animations. They're not too flaily, they're not too wiggly. He's not winding up like he's about to pitch a baseball. Actually, I think they maybe fixed that one. That used to be a Worgen thing. The Worgen used to like completely windmill one of their arms. Thanks for the stream. Hoping for the noble carpet this year. I hope you get it soon. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for all the gift subs. I will stream tomorrow. I will stream late. I will not be on time. I will be probably streaming in the afternoon. My apologies if the time slot's no good. I know lots of our European friends may not be available. I totally understand. I don't expect anybody to come, but I will be on later in the day tomorrow because I'm going to a house showing in the morning. Am I all good to go, more or less? Oh, I got another thing to turn in. Sorry, Suntrax, I keep abandoning you. Made it to level 14. Oh, she waited for me. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the company, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.